and scooting in the subway, which I did see, of course, but it's like, who cares? The crackheads don't really bother you all that much. I mean, they can sometimes, but like, not really. Just like, live your fucking life. Don't go to the Tenderloin, okay? Go pick up lunch in Japantown, okay? What is it? Onigiri. It's like you get like I would get these. I'd go to Japantown and I'd get like this it's like it's a rice ball wrapped in seaweed with and I'd get like eel in the middle of it. And it's like, hey, you can hold it with your hands. It comes in like plastic like wrapping that you so good. So good. Or you could go get like crepes, this Japanese place. You don't look 16 today? I haven't really slept. I have slept, but I only slept 6 hours last night. San Francisco is a Jew paradise city for... Okay, good one, buddy. Good one. Hair looks good today? Well, it's probably because it's partially wet. I think the secret for curly hair, to make it like look decent, is to just like keep it like, you don't want it to be wet, but you want it to be like, at all times like kind of damp, I guess. I don't know. Would you rather be a crackhead in O Block or a black woman in a far right community? Probably a black woman in a far right community. Not saying she has it good or anything, but like, I don't know, just like the notion of like decaying on the sidewalk is far less appeal. Like, I'd rather live in constant danger than be like decaying on the sidewalk. Did you get nose reduction surgery? It looks smaller today. Listen, buddy, you're just coping because rhinoplasties exist, but there's no surgery that's going to get you from 5 to 6 feet. Okay, that's why you're coping, buddy. Lumpy Willie is the Mayans' strongest soldier, okay? This guy's like 5 foot. But anyways, I don't have a lot to cover today. I don't know how long we're gonna go, but I, said I'd go live, so I'll go live, even if it's only for like 2-3 hours. I'll go for as long as I have stuff to cover. I do have some stuff I have to do later tonight, and I have to be out early tomorrow. But I will go for as long as I, feel like it. Probably like 2-3 hours. But if you have anything you'd like me to cover, please go into the inbox and link it. Anything, literally anything, okay? Go link it. The inbox is there. Join the Discord, okay? Minecraft, I'm not doing a gaming stream right now. I might, but not right now. Lumpy's getting hormone therapy for height growth. Interesting. Anyways. I lost 10K in gambling. Can you hit me up? You lost 10K in gambling? Dude, you sound like... Okay. It's very hard to convince someone that their gambling is becoming problematic. And I'll just say there's someone in my life that they have a net loss in gambling. They've been going at it now for over a year. They have a net loss, like, of at least, like, I don't know. They're not making a lot of money as is, right? They're a student or whatever, but, like, they have a net loss in the thousands. And they're like, oh, I could just, like, make it back or whatever. And it's like, dude, you have a problem. You, like, have a serious problem. Like, you should stop now. But anyways, yeah, Parry made a video with Barry. Okay, I met Barry, his friend. Let's just say Barry's a lot more down to a little more normal than Parry is. Barry gives off like, art student type energy. He's not somebody you would like ever expect to be like friends with Parry. But they've known each other since they were kids or whatever, so. But Barry, I guess, filmed something with Parry, this is the problem I have with Parry's whole marketing strategy. His expectation is that, like, he is, like, what is it? In the content creation sphere, is an externalized locus of control. Like, he believes that his, like, method for growth needs to be, like, collaborations with and coverage by other people. That can help, but there are, like, crucial things you should, like, do with your content first, because temporary attention is going to be totally meaningless if, like, people are not immediately hooked by what they're watching. I'll say, last night the content was very funny, but he could not keep that stream up because it was just an optics nightmare, and obviously against TOS. But anyways, Chud Logic, who's been mad at Parry over the Chud Logic Jr. stuff, Parry has a response to Chud. $67 view. Oh, you're making a 6-7 joke again.
This is an apology for you, Chud Logic. I would like to.
Wait, why is the audio not on?
For situations one.
Why can't I hear shit? Are my headphones not plugged in? Can you hear it?
You are trans, and 2.
Oh. Wait. Should I say? Okay, listen, I can laugh at myself, so I'll admit it. I had my actual, like, PC volume turned all the way down. Got it. Listen, folks, I'm on, like, 6 hours of sleep here.
Hello, Chud Logic. This is an apology for you, Chud Logic. I would like to apologize for the situation we find ourselves in. But
like, it's just, like, so, like, cinematic. Albeit, like, it is, like, very... This was my main criticism of the Batman movie, was the color grading. I felt like it was just, like, way too dark. I don't know if it was a problem with the theater I saw it in, but, like, I could barely see what was fucking happening in half the scenes, because it was just, like, insanely dark.
Before I do such a thing, let me explain the situation we find ourselves in. It all started 6 or 7 months. I don't really remember when it started. I made a video.
Maybe I just don't have a lot of, like, rods in my eyes.
It's called Chud Logic Always the Bridesmaid. It insinuates that 1, you are trans, and 2, you have it repeated once every 2 years.
We need a Parry bingo card, okay? Can Parry do a piece of content without using the words transgender, molestation, abuse, anything else?
History of abandoning all of your friends. And I would like to apologize for creating that video, but before I do, and before I explain why I'm sorry, because that's the most important part, explain why I'm sorry, is I have to explain to you what got me to create such a video in the first place. So let me do so, starting now. But I'm out here, listen, I'm out here, it's like it's a lot of effort I'm putting into...
This is, like, the busiest road in Malta, by the way. Roads are not this busy in Malta. I guess he decided, like, the place they were gonna film was at Malta's, like, peak fucking busiest road.
To just, it's all, you know, it's like, you know, I'm trying to, it's all,
Or yeah, subhuman. He uses that one, like, it's, like, so repetitive, the way he uses it. Like, I think he would say it, like, every sentence he responded to Rose Malay with.
It isn't even, it's just, I know I'm just, like, in the middle of, like, a party, okay, but it's all meant to be, like, what do you call it? It's like, I'm trying to bedazzle you. You know, bedazzling, you have, like, you know, it's like a peacock. I'm peacocking you right now. I'm like spreading my... Oh, what? I mean, there's Welbies. You guys have that in the UK? We have Welbies. It's red right now, but it's usually green. It's like, oh, it's green for chuds. It's like...
Dude, what camera is this, by the way? I gotta invest in a camera like this.
Green for... I'm trying to bedazzle...
My camera is a Canon 80D, which I bought in 2017, okay? I think even, like... I bought that in 2017, and it's just lasted me this long.
I was trying to look at all the effort I'm going into to explain that's sincere, but I think I just come off as like a phony, schizophrenic freak. But really the whole thing, like half of it, is just my petty grievances, right? So basically, right, there was this one time where... It
is Barry's camera.
Guy is making a game about this Chud Logic guy called Chud Logic's Gawkbound.
Oh wait, that's the other thing too. The sidewalks in Malta just don't have lights. So you'll walk, like, or some do, obviously, but you'll walk, like, these long stretches of sidewalk where there is no light. And it's just, like, pitch black. You can't, like, see anything that's fucking in front of you.
I mean, I'm not sure if you're... So, a gawk is like...
I guess he's walking down one of those sidewalks.
A girl cock. Right? It's like a... Because this guy, he says, oh, gawk, oh...
It's like the joke is that he's into trans.
Like, look at how dark. We can't even see him anymore. Like, you literally can't. He's outside. You just, like, cannot see him.
Women, because he was exposed in early 2020 for DMing trans and non-binary people on Twitter.
Yeah, some of these streets, you think you're in, like, 1800s, like, London. Like, when, like, Jack the Ripper type shit.
But anyway, that's like unrelated. But the point is that he's
Minus
making a game.
cars.
This guy's making a game, and it puts me in it because I'm like part of this guy's
I fucking like that Jeep.
community vaguely, like as an outside, like barely at all. And this fucking chud guy got so angry, he got like started like this Pepsi, because I was going by Purple Pepsi Gaming at the time. Oh, this Pepsi freak! Oh, this Pepsi freak! So I thought, okay, so this chud guy, he's like teasy. He's like, oh, I gotta get this guy out of here. So
And discovering nighttime. It's not discovering nighttime. It's just, I guess I'm so used to like investing in infrastructure that like your streets are actually illuminated so people don't fall and die. I guess Malta didn't really consider that. Malta actually like seems to, the government there seems to think, how can we create the most inhospitable conditions for visitors and human life in general? And they go with it. I was talking about those like air cannons they were firing every couple of minutes all fucking day that made you go deaf.
I thought I'd return like the energy. But I don't think of it as energy. I'm not like I'm not like gay. But I don't mean it in like a whole. I mean, I'm not like
Have you never? No, I'm not scared. I've walked in the dark all the time. I would just expect for some of like the main streets in Malta to have like a light.
I'm trying to get your vibe, you know. I'm trying to get your. It's what I mean.
Yeah, of course I've fucking walked in nature at night.
I mean is I'm trying to like.
But if I did that, if I was like going into the woods or something, I would bring a flashlight.
Find a way. So like sort of have a back and forth with this guy, and I'm not like I don't know him personally, but I'm trying to make like interesting content. So I thought, okay, I'll make a video where I'm like quote unquote exposing him, but there's like some funny parts or whatever. And he seems like very upset. It's like this guy is like cloud chasing.
Like, this is Parry always thinks about appealing to the 40 people that do watch him. His content is never built around, like, actual growth. So, like, he, like, goes on these, like, rambles expecting everyone to know all the context what he's talking about. But if you're, like, a new viewer clicking on this, if you click on, like, who would you want to click on this? People who know about Chud Logic, because his name is in the title. If you're a new viewer clicking on this, and you just know about Chud Logic, would you have any idea what the fuck is going on? What is going on here?
This Parry guy, for me, I'm Parry. This cloud chasing. And it's like I read him completely incorrectly. And so it's not like I fucking speak to this guy. It's not like I know him. It's not like I call him up. I'm like, oh hey, Chud, sorry, I you didn't get the video. Oh, well, so no, it's like I literally have to I have to mind read. And or obviously I can just be like an asshole to him, I guess. But I don't want to. I want to have like a nice, a camaraderie, I guess. But is that like...
Do you think the instructions that he gave to Barry is like, do not film, like below here? Do not film the lower part of my torso?
I guess. I'm being presumptuous. But I'm being presumptuous...
Probably a good idea.
In a way. Where I hope that the end point is one where it's like, oh, that Harry guy, he's alright. But I failed. And it's like, but I feel like I tried my best. There was like a part, basically, this is unrelated. There's a part.
It's like very meticulous, right? If you do see below his torso, it's filmed from behind.
That people are like upset at because basically there's this guy, his name's like Starbased.
Oh,
and
almost. We got the baggy jacket though, so you can't see it.
I like defend him, and then it turns out that he was like a creep and messaged like.
There's no coherent narrative. It's just rambling. That's what he does. He just rambles.
I was to protect him, but it was like weird. And it's like, oh, but apparently you defended him. Oh, so now you have to follow this because you said the chance he was okay, but he's not. But that's like going. I don't even care about that. That's like that was my information at the time. I came to that conclusion. But I just feel bad. I wish there was like.
It does look good. The coat looks. I gotta get a coat like that.
Back and try again. But it's like.
But I look ridiculous. Well, it's not. That's not a trench coat. What the fuck? Okay, that's obviously not a trench coat.
I'm not really sorry. I guess it's like. I just wish it went better. So is that even? It's like my apologies to Chud Logic. I'm not sorry. I just wish I was.
Oh, I know where he is. I know where he is. I know exactly where this guy is. Hold on. Fuck. Oh, keyboard double typing again. I love you, Razor. Thanks. Hold on. This is where he is, okay? This is it. He's at this windmill. You can see it in the distance. See? That's where he is. That windmill. They have a lot of, like, that type of windmill, by the way, in Malta.
I won. It's like, oh, I'm sorry I lost that football match. I wish it's not really sorry, is it? So.
He's in Naxar, Malta, okay? Naxar, you ever heard of it? That's like how Maltese town names are like written. It's like it's Naxar, but then they'll spell it like OWZYXY 5-3 or some shit. Like, it's, dude, what is going on there?
So I don't know what to do about that, man, because it's like, sorry, did I explain this properly? Whatever.
Do you know Malta's like most famous person? The most famous person to ever come from Malta is Pete Buttigieg. I didn't even realize he was like half Maltese. That's like that's Malta's like one accomplishment.
Whatever. Sorry, I guess I should say, with that all being said,
He's from Malta. No, his father is. Buttigieg is a Maltese last name. Listen, I've learned a lot about Malta from knowing Parry. Malta is like, despite, you know, saying I know a lot about other countries, Malta is like the country that I knew the bare minimum about. I just knew about the siege in the Second World War and that they were under English rule until the 1960s. I didn't know how they came to be, like what the, you know, ethnic composition or genetic composition of the Maltese people was. But I've learned a lot, okay? I've learned a lot about Malta. Is all of your knowledge? No, of course not. I know about all my knowledge based around the World War and the Cold War. Okay, can we just like get it right? I also know a bit of like my knowledge mostly extends from like 1800s to now. But like anything before that, my memory's like a little bit. Hey, I know very basic facts about it. Like I know about like, you know, a bit about like the types of wars the United States was fighting, like the, you know, Barbary Wars, and how Sweden helped us and shit. "17 miles long," by the way. I measured it. Are you talking about my penis? That's weird. You know about the Ottoman Empire? Yes, I know about the Ottoman Empire. Once again, the basics. Nothing like too... I know about, you know, how they tried to conquer Europe and they were going to take Vienna and they encircled it. And then the Poles came in and fucking saved the troops in Vienna. But then the Poles, like, ended up in return getting their, you know, nation carved up or some shit. Glad it's gone. I mean, if you think about it, minus all the genocide-y stuff, like, the collapse of the Ottoman Empire seems to have left in its wake power vacuums that just have I mean, a lot. I think every single issue in modern times can just be traced back to the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. Did you see Gerard? I don't know anything about Gerard the Completionist, okay? I don't know anything about that drama. I just know everyone says his name. I don't know what it is that he did.
Matter I said it. I feel bad that I brought you, Barry, here to record this entire apology. Because really, I don't feel bad about shutting up.
Oh, I also was learning about how, like, Egypt was, like, gaining a bit of autonomy within the Ottoman Empire, and, like, what's his name? Muhammad Ali? I think that was his name. He, like, Egypt like carried the fucking Ottomans and ended up conquering like a fuck ton of territory, and then didn't they try to secede from the empire? I could have that one wrong, but that kind of made me a little bit more interested in the Ottoman Empire.
It's you, Barry, the person holding this camera, that I would like to apologize to, bring you out all the way here, for me to just meander and not really have any good arguments to make. So everybody watching this, please, let Barry know it's my fault. Please let him know that you think I'm the bad guy here. Chud, if you could apologize. I feel like you should apologize, Chud, to Barry, because you kind of like brought it out to me that I should do. I feel like you reacting the way you did led to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Parry. Stop talking for yourself and start talking for an audience and a potential audience, okay? Theory of mind, buddy. This is a bad video. To be fair to Parry, okay? I love you, Parry, but to be fair, okay, this was not a great representation of the type of this is just like a little bit of this is a bit, right? It's not going to be like a good frame of reference for his content, right? Yeah, it's a great video for all of you because you know the context. You know the context, you know who Parry is, and I hate to say it, but all the little like shitter streamers like myself cannot completely build their content around you, right? It's great to have this like preconceived foundational audience, but if you like have ambition and want growth, you are gonna have to make some concessions, and start making content meant to appeal to like a wider range of people. Or you could format the stuff that does appeal to your present audience in a way where it could also appeal to newcomers who don't know the 5,000 pages of context. But I was talking to Parry last night on his stream, and I discovered the formula for how he makes videos. Or not videos, how he decides what he's going to say when he talks to people. And it's like, Parry will go in, he'll do some research beforehand on a person before going into a convo with them, and he'll think, what point or thing can I say that is going to make me look like the most optically like bad, okay? So, for example, if Parry was talking to like a burn victim, I said this the other night, a question that he would ask is, I think I want to know why you look like that. Why do you look the way you look? I think you look strange, or some shit. It's like a burn victim. Or if it's like, I don't know. If it's like he'll be talking to like a paraplegic, and he'll be like, I think we should race each other. You make him sound African? No. What kind of Africans do you know? What is this?
David, one of the leading...
Okay, never mind. More of this David guy. I'm so sick of this guy, man. Just arrest him. Well, I just said before. That's why you don't rush to it. Okay. Speaking of Africans, 7K. I think it's this 7K guy, I thought my childhood was bad. I'm not kidding. This 7K guy, he's public about it, I think. His parents just dropped him off and left him in fucking Ghana. They just left him in Ghana. They just, see ya. They drop him off and then they just like left him in Ghana. To be fair, I think he has like family there, but that's just like such a strange like premise to me. Why are you leaking your viewers' personal experiences? Because I feel like it. But 7K linked us this video.
Okay, right now, I want to...
I have been exiled by my own race.
Talk a little bit about what it's like to be a reject within your own race. You see, in my opinion, I feel like if you are a black man who is non-stereotypical, your life is going to feel like a curse. It is easier to exist in this world as a black guy who fits into the stereotype. And I believe that's the case because within the black community, if you do not adhere to the prescriptive ideas of what it means to be a black person, you're going to be tortured everywhere you go. Because everywhere you go, black people are going to view you and see you as an outsider.
Is that true? I mean, I know it would be the case for like, okay, I bet you there's partial truth to that, right? Like if you like I don't fucking know, just like how if your whole family were like doctors and you were a mechanic, right? It wasn't what they were expecting for you, whatever. They're used to, I don't know, like you'd be viewed as like different to some extent or whatever. But like black communities and black people within the United States are like relatively like diverse. I mean, you don't need to formulate your social circle around common race. To be fair though, so for some people, depending on where they live, that's like a necessity or their only realistic option. But like, I mean, I honestly like it's gonna like I'd find it hard to believe that like you can't find like fellow black people that are gonna be friends with you, despite the fact that like you think you speak differently or whatever.
You're going to be labeled as whitewashed or an Uncle T, if you catch my drift, or they're going to call
Well, I think you're only gonna be labeled that if you're saying certain things, right? And like I feel like that descriptor would be more based on like your opinions rather than like your personal interests, right? Considering this guy's using the fucking chud, like the chud jack, he's probably like one of like the terminally online types that like surrounds himself with people that despise his race, and is probably conditioned to try to fit in to some extent. So depending on what he's saying to like people outside the internet, other members of his like racial community, I feel like this very well just might be because of certain opinions he has. And I bet you if like I was like look through this guy's post, that very well just might be the case.
you a raccoon just simply due to the fact that you do not conform to their idea of what it means to be black. Like, I never understood that. How is a black person supposed to act? How is a black person supposed to be taught?
I feel like I need MC Chronic. Are you in the building? I feel like I need you to host this segment, co-host this segment with me. Okay, because I am limited in whether or not I can verify what he's saying. Because surprisingly, I know it's going to be a shock to some of you. I'm not black. I have not lived in like I've not, there were like a lot of black people like in my school or whatever, but I haven't really been to I haven't really been like super ingrained in black communities or whatever. Yo, Soul Skibbity with the $2. First dono of the fucking stream. Let's go. Soul Skibbity with the parrot character. Thank you, Soul Skibbity, for single-handedly keeping the lights on.
What is a black guy supposed to listen to? Like, growing up, I always felt opposite to what they told me black was. So in my mind, I never felt attached to my race or...
Wait, you sent $4? Oh shit, thank you for the $4, Soul Skibbity. Oh wait, that is $4. Oh, wait! Soul Skibbity with another $2, and he says... You suck at Minecraft. That's not true.
I never felt attached enough to my race to make my entire personality and identity my skin color. So for the longest time, I've always viewed myself as a brain occupying a meat sack or inhabiting a meat sack or a vessel, pretty much.
I mean, I guess like, okay, so a way I could relate, right, for those who don't know, many would call me a pick-me or self-hating. I'm not self-hating. I just don't ascribe that much value to like ethnic heritage. Like I'm like ethnically Jewish or whatever. But like in any cultural or like identity sense, it's just like never been a big part or a part of like my identity. I've only really talked about it at all. Like the only time it ever like became of significance to me was just navigating the internet, because it feels like that's like one of the first traits when like that people would describe you would like give. But like, yeah, people find it weird that I'm not like you know, some active member of an ethnic. Some people just don't. Some people find value in shared common interests as opposed to shared ethnicity, shared heritage, shared race, or whatever. And I haven't had trouble finding. You know, I've had Jewish friends. I don't have any right now, but like in the past I have, and it's mostly been due to common interests the two of us have had, as opposed to actually that's not true. I have one, but it's normally due to like common interests the two of us have, rather than like any like shared like heritage or whatever. And I think it's going to be a little bit different if you're black though, because by virtue of the fact that, you know, you're identifiably of another race, right, due to you know, your skin being darker, it's going to be harder to, I guess, be accepted into like the in group amongst people who have like preconceived like racial biases against you. Like they might still very well view you as an outsider despite trying not to. It could happen, right? So I think that I think that if you're like black, the what I have underwent is not going to be like applicable for you. You can't sit there and say like, oh, I don't see race. You know, I'd rather align on like shared identity or values, because like your identity is much more visible. Your identity is much more visible. So it's not really all that. That's a very privileged take. What's privilege? I've elaborated on this before. I've explained why the I don't see race thing doesn't really work. Right? I've talked about this before. Like, if you're like a member of a marginalized group, you don't have the privilege of not seeing race. Does your Jewish friend support he's dumb as fuck? I don't even think he could point out. I don't think he could point out where Israel wasn't a he probably thinks that shit's in Europe. He does not give a fuck about any of that.
And that has caused me a lot of alienation, because I would go over family members' houses and they will all
What the fuck is this, bro? Oh, everyone compares me to this Richard Hananiah guy or whatever. Okay? What in sweet mother of God? What is this? What is this cut, dude? What is this cut? Am I saying that he would look good bald? Probably not. But he'd look far better if he just shaved it off and grew a beard, or like a mustache or something. Than he would like this, right? Or I bet you, because it's, you know, if we have similar hair type, like when it's wet, it's a lot more dense, and then when it dries out, it kind of expands. I bet you maybe if he was to dry it out and then like put a brush through it, even though it would be frizzy, he could probably cover some of the patches. But this is like rough, dude. I look like who? Somber? Who's somber? American singer / song. He has better hair than me. He's better hair than me. Better jawline too. But appreciate it. $2 from Soul Skibbity. Is that you when the wig comes off after stream? It's not a wig. It's not a wig. I'm flattered. He's a good-looking guy, but he does not look like me. He's a good-looking guy though. Not him. Not Richard and Hananiah. No, not him. That's what I was talking about. Aiden has a hair system. It's actually, yeah, it's a toupee. Gay? Is gay to acknowledge that another guy looks good? Okay, so are like all women lesbians? Are all women they constantly glaze each other's appearance. All women are lesbians? Dude, it's the AWOL movement, bro. The all women are lesbian, proving what the CIA has kept hidden from us. I think like amongst females, there's a lot less stigma around being gay. So I think they're like, even for like heterosexual females, they're like more open to like experimentation. Like I remember just to be quirky, like fucking girls that were obviously straight would just like fucking kiss each other or some shit. But they're not lesbians. They're just like trying to be quirky.
All just
Like every high school girl's like bisexual because she doesn't know like what she feels.
be dancing at a barbecue or listening to, you know, hip hop songs or R&B songs, and I always felt secluded because I was
Aiden actually uses black. Okay, I do not have like my hair is a little more like I have more room for like styling it than like because I think my hair is like not as kinky as like your typical like you know, African hair. But if you curly hair in general, I'm not talking about, by the way, these people are like dickers who's like, yeah, my hair is curly, and just by virtue of how greasy and disgusting it is and how long it is, it starts to curl up, being like held up by the fucking oils and juices that have occupied his head, right? It's being held on the lice's back. The lice are holding it up. But if you have like actually curly hair, even if your hair is not like as kinky as like traditional African hair, like yeah, there are a lot of like products that were intended for black hair that are actually just like great for curly hair. Yeah, black people kind of like pioneered like taking care of like curly hair. Yeah, kink like yeah, a kink. Not like that, you fucking sex porn addicted freak. No, not like that. Like kink like fuck, you know what I'm talking about. Don't play stupid.
never into that. I don't hate that culture, but when it came to like black culture or like hood culture or street culture, I never felt attached to it. I was
But the pain in the ass is like when I'm in Europe, I can't fucking buy like new like I have to bring my, like some of my products from the US when I go to Europe because like unless I'm in like a major capital city because like it's like harder to find shit like Shea Moisture or like Cantu or whatever.
always into alternative.
Why is chat red and Aiden's box so small? Did you welcome back? Are you a time traveler from 8 months ago? Hold on. I have noticed this. I do need to make my face cam a bit bigger, right? If only there was a way to move my... I guess you can group them together, right? Group selected items. But it doesn't move them together. Huh? Wait, what happened to chat? Where the fuck did chat? Oh, I moved it above chat. Hold on. Let me delete the group. Wait, I didn't mean to actually like Bro, what is going on? You suck at this? You suck. Okay, there we go.
Alternative things. The music I listened to was alternative. The way I dressed was very alternative. My hobbies and interests were all different from what black people
He's
took
talking
to.
like alternative like music. There are tons of black people that like alternative music. Especially online now too, by the way. Like a lot of the fucking like when I was like trying to get into making music and stuff and got invited to these like servers, like a lot of like the fucking alternative emo punk types or whatever were black.
So you can imagine all that did was just label me in their minds as a traitor, you know, and
A traitor for listening to alternative music? Is that really how this works?
that's so unfortunate, man, because, you know, black people love to talk about how other races treat them badly and how everyone hates black people. We're so tortured by the world and we're victims, and they always fail to acknowledge how black people destroy other black people. And it's like when you do bring that up,
Who fails to acknowledge that? I feel like every time I've ever like looked at like a fucking like video of like a black pastor, he's like literally talking about like, you know, our fucking kids like killing each other in the streets or whatever. And they do like youth outreach programs and at like these churches or whatever. Like I feel like everyone is very much aware of like, oh, I guess he's talking about social harm to one another as opposed to like physical harm, like the perpetration of violence by black people against other black people.
they either brush past it quickly or they just invalidate your experience. Because in most black people's minds, racism or hatred or discrimination only matters when it's coming from a white person. And that's what black people have been indoctrinated to think. They think that black on black hatred or black on black bullying or black on black violence doesn't matter that much. You know, it's like,
I'm sorry, unless this guy's living in like, I don't know, fucking like Utah or Vermont or like Idaho, okay? I just refuse. I don't know anything. Like, I'm not an expert on this subject, obviously. So please, if I'm wrong about something and you know you're black, feel free to correct me. But I feel like I find it very hard to believe he cannot find like a group of black people willing to accept him, right? Either there's something to this story that we're missing, like he has some abhorrent opinions, which I don't know. I'm getting those kind of vibes based on the stuff he said he's been called as usage. Not saying if you use the fucking chud, you're like you have horrible opinions or whatever, but I feel like I have like a gauge on what type of person he is, right? But I find it very hard to believe you cannot find black friends or a group of black people willing to accept you. Like you're just maybe not trying that hard, or I don't know.
that's why I don't talk to anyone IRL about this, because it's just going to be an endless argument, and I'm tired of arguing. This video was not to preach self-hate. I'm not making this so you can, be on my side. I'm just trying to share my experience because I'm tired of black people being hypocrites. So it's just, I don't know, it's back.
Let me take a look. I just want to see this as other content while we're here.
Okay, right now,
Oh god, dude. Oh my, this is Spinal BJ. Okay, this is Spinal BJ. I can't stand the fucking like incel type. This is just like an incel type, right? I just like it's so like there's something about it that's so pathetic to me. Okay? I'm not a social butterfly. I know very few people and don't keep long-term real life relationships that much. There's only a few people that I've consistently spoken to for years. I also have struggled with socialization, and I have been, a fucking loner for a good portion of my life. But like, that's all my own doing. That's all my own doing. That's because I don't have like first of all, I don't mind being alone. I'm just not somebody that minds being alone. I'm pretty introverted. But also, I'm not somebody that I don't try. I don't walk up to people or like start conversations or whatever. I'm like pretty like guarded. And it's like it literally is about like how you carry yourself and your attitude. That's literally how you meet people. Some like if we were to take this guy, make everything about him the same, but give him like insane confidence, I guarantee he'd be meeting someone, right? Dude, I saw when I was in Greece, okay? Daily Aiden's story about the one time he left the country. When I was in Greece, okay, I was outside. Something big was happening in this club. I was outside smoking a cigarette, and this fucking girl was sitting on like I think I actually messaged Icy when this happened. Some girl was like sitting on what is it, like a windowsill on like an outdoor building while I was smoking, and this dude comes up to her and he's like, "You're like beautiful or whatever, like you want to go in there, I can buy you a drink," some shit like that. I don't remember exactly what he said. And she like smiled and perked up, and then a guy comes out with 2 drinks for her, and he's like, wait, is that your girlfriend? He's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, sorry, man, I didn't know. Like, hey, man, like, I'm actually kind of jealous of your girlfriend. I wish I was her with how good looking you are or whatever. And he, like, diffused it. He complimented the guy in, like, a gay way, but he complimented the guy, and the guy, like, wasn't angry or whatever. Like, that's, like, you've maxed out your, like, social skill tree. He fucking diffused that shit. His shaking really is making me nervous. I shake. Okay? Get over it. It's just my leg that shakes. None of the rest of my, body shakes. Just my leg shakes, so it looks like I'm shaking. Take your meds. I bounced my leg. I have a restless leg. I have a restless leg. It ain't normal. It might not be normal, but it's common to have a fucking restless leg. I don't realize I'm doing it. It's not like a conscious thing. I just bounced my leg. Are you I am not anxious. What would I be anxious about? If this were like my first stream back, yeah, I'd probably be a little bit anxious, but I'm in the habit of doing this enough where I'm not anxious.
Backwards to me, so backwards. But yeah, man, my experience as a black outsider was just very brutal. Growing up, going to inner city schools, black kids would pick on me every single day. The black boys would physically assault me and call me names and just bully me every day. And
well, if you went to a school that was predominantly black and you are like a social loner, then of course like you're at a predisposed rate to bullying in general, right? Based on your videos, not justifying what like bullying, but you seem like somebody who has like a very defeatist like mindset and a possible inferiority complex, and it's like that's the perfect target for a bully. And if your school is like predominantly black, then of course like the bullies themselves are also going to be black. If everything about you was the same but you were white going to a predominantly white school, you'd probably also face bullying to some extent.
it got to a point to where I had to defend myself so much that I was always getting sent to the principal's office because I was always getting into fights, and it was just so unfair that I had to go through that treatment. And when it came to black girls, they were very open and vocal about how they felt about me, and it was always negative. They always told me how ugly I was. They always told me that I was a lame. They told me I was a loser because I didn't wear Jordans, I didn't wear Nikes, I didn't care about Chief Keef or whatever rapper was popular.
Okay, do we think this conversation actually happened? Yes, I understand that there seems to be I understand like that in certain black communities. I read some like paper about this, and I had a great sociology professor, but because first there's actually a really good reason for it, and I forget the reason, but there is like social status within black communities in certain black communities is like heavily linked to like materialism in regards to like the type of shoes you're wearing, the type of clothes you have, and I forget what the fucking reason for it was. But I don't think like it would be stated like that blatantly, would it?
Popular during that time. You know what I mean? Like, it's so brutal because I was just trying to exist as a normal kid, and I was always lumped into, just some social war or like some identity war, and I didn't care about that stuff. Like, even growing up, I never cared about looking nice. I never cared about dressing like a hood kid. Like, all of the hood kids wore the same exact, like, they all dressed the same. Every hood kid wore Jordans, some type of polo t-shirt or Aeropostale or Hollister, or they wore True Religion jeans. Cause, I went to school, like, I was in middle school in like the mid 2010s or like early 2010s. So like that was the style back in the day, just Hollister, Aeropostale, all of those like.
These are middle school in the early 2010s?
Jeans, cause, I went to school like I was in middle school in like the mid 2010s or like early 2010s. So like that was the.
So he's either going to be around my age or slightly older than me. I'd be like, if he's like still in high school, okay, maybe there's some hope, but he might be older than me.
Style back in the day, just Hollister, Aeropostale, all of those like name brand clothing, companies or whatever. And Even till this day, I'm a very minimalistic person. I have one pair of shoes. They're Converses. I don't care about anything. Like, I thrift my clothes. I don't care about wearing designer clothing, but not to drag it out. But yeah, that's what all the kids would
I
tease
get it though. Listen, I kind of get it. I get bullied about my clothes too. Okay, every single day. There's not a day that goes by where what I'm wearing is not laughable to somebody in this fucking chat. Okay, I get it, man. I get it. Even if you're like a little weird or unique or whatever, if you like understand the social game and you know, compensate with like a good appealing endearing personality, nobody's gonna give a fuck that you dress weird. I guess I shouldn't even make a statement as conclusive as that, because I don't know what it was like at his school. But I have a hard time believing like if you like had like a fucking cool personality, like people wouldn't like overlook like what you were wearing.
me about, because I was just so different, and it just made
I do know that like poor kids though, it's like an experience I've heard a lot. Like when they have to like buy like secondhand clothes or whatever, do face like bullying.
my high school experience and my middle school experience a living nightmare.
He lacks the personality to pull it off. Yeah, it's learned helplessness. That's exactly what it is, and that's why there will be no like. The only thing that like, if you believe that like it's not like a matter of oh like it's childish or whatever, but in terms of your own self-interest, if everything is in the control of other people and the problem truly lies with society and the people around you, then what motivation do you have to undergo change? Okay, the correct approach is to internalize your locus of control, understand that life has the meaning that you give it, and yes, there are problems in society, but there are aspects that you can adopt to your like personality and behavior that can allow you to compensate and deal with said societal problems. And it wasn't until I finally like started to accept that like my I face like significant life improvements.
But it's funny because when I attended a predominantly white school or a predominantly Hispanic school, I never faced bullying. I never had to fight a white person. I never fought a Hispanic person. The most I could say was that I was still invisible. I was still a loser, but at least I was not getting picked on every single day. You know what I mean? But it's slightly different when it came to the Hispanic school, because when I went to a predominantly Hispanic school, I was more accepted. And it's weird like that. Like growing up for me, I always had a love for Mexican people or just Hispanic people in general, because from a young age, I was exposed to Mexican culture because my dad was dating a Mexican girl for a couple of years, and she would bring us around her family, and her family would embrace me, and they used to show me how they,
All right, I'm bored. I'm sorry. I'm so bored. I'm so bored of this. But yeah, W Mexicans. We love Mexicans. Okay. By the way, folks, if you know of anything that is happening right now, please link it in the fucking inbox, because there is nothing going on. And it's like ridiculous how there is nothing going on at all. So there's drama involving somebody named A. Lamau, and I feel like I know this person, if this is who I think it is. So back in the day, you used to require, I think it might still be the case, 100,000 subscribers to get a verified check mark, which would show up next to your channel name. It would show up in chats, or it still shows up in chats, but I don't know if it's like directly next to your channel name anymore. And it was like cool as fuck. But there were some channels in the commentary community that managed to have verified check marks before. This I might have totally. No, it's not the same guy. It's not the same guy. Somebody with a similar name. No, it might be the same guy. No, it might be unless wait. Because if you go to his channel, because if you like go to his channel and shit, I don't know if this is our guy, but if you go to his channel, see this thumbnail right here, back in like 2016, 2017 commentary, Thaf9 used to be the standard for like the guy that made thumbnails, and this guy called Silenex made this thumbnail template and tutorial about how to like make thumbnails like Thaf9, so that's what everyone was doing. It might be the same guy. Dude, is this the guy I knew back in the day? Like, I barely knew. He was, like, in chats and shit. No shot. Is this our guy? Our guy? Let's see. I guess he deleted his Discord. Okay, his Discord account is deleted, so I can't check. But I'm pretty sure. Yes! Yes! I'm in group chats with him. Yes! It's our guy. It's that A. Lamal. Wait, I need to call someone, okay? Hold on. I need to call someone to consult with them real quick. That's our guy. Okay, it's not picking up. Regardless, A. Lamal was notable in commentary spaces because he somehow got the verified check mark without having 100. Yes, dude, yes! Yes! Solid Shibe, bro, yes, it's our guy. God, I miss Solid Shibe. How's that guy doing? He should call in a stream sometime. But yeah, that's our guy. Anyways, let's figure out what our guy did. Wait. Ignored my dono? I gave you a topic to cover? Oh shit, sorry, I missed it. Thank you so much to Soul Skibbity, our only donator of the day. You are carrying this channel on your back, putting us 1/10 of the way to goal. If you guys want to support the stream as well, I know there's only 80 of you watching, but you can help us out by donating through Super Chats. Streamlabs link down below. If not, that's okay. You can also like up the stream, okay? Cover the recent JFK assassination. It happened again? No shot. Dude, is this... Dude, we have a video about Toki in my recommended? Dude, we have a video about Toki in my recommended right now. That's sick. Hold on. Wait, I gotta get a tissue. One sec. Dude, this fucking... Hold on. This fucking... Oh, shit. Dude, this is, like... This is genuinely our guy. I'm so fucking, I'm shocked. It's a name I haven't heard in years. I'm shocked I even remembered it. I also remember that his name used to not be, like, spaced out like that. It used to just be one word. A. Lamal.
Let me just say right off the bat, this video is not made to expose anybody. It's just to help to shed some light
Dude, we're like time traveling right now. We got the Vaporwave grid.
on a current situation that is happening. I ask that nobody goes and harass anybody that I talk or mention about in this video, as that will not help make the situation better. This video is also not a shameless stunt for publicity. It's just to help inform and educate others, so situations like this can never happen again. Michael Kovac is a very popular indie voice actor.
He did it. He did it. He did it, okay? Everyone from that time period is guilty of something, okay? Everyone that I knew from that time period is guilty of something. Whatever they're gonna say he did it.
Best known for voice acting and from
Yo, Toki with the $2. Here's some drug money, brokey. Thank you so much for the $2. Super fucking generous. Much appreciated. Yeah, shout out Soul Skibbity and Toki for keeping the lights on.
Murder Drones, Jack from the Amazing Digital Circus, and many, many other great characters. Michael also does signing streams, where he streams himself signing posters for his fans, writing little messages.
That's so who watches that, dude? Who watches that? Also, when did this guy blow up?
And doodles and all of that. However, during his most recent one, on September 19th, things took a pretty dark turn. This is where my girlfriend Rihanna Delian VA comes into play.
Oh my...
She is a massive fan of Michael Kovac and the character of Jax. She had
This is about to be the most degenerate drama of the week. I'm just feeling it. Whatever this guy's accused of doing is going to be insane.
paid $67 for a poster to be signed by Michael Kovac. She had put in the special instructions if Michael could write something as Jax to her OC, Rain.
It's so stupid, man.
To which Michael had signed with absolutely no problem, even making a joke or two about it as well, while also clarifying in a lighthearted and joking way about people shipping their OCs and shipping Funny Buddy with Jax.
Alright, next up
Funny Buddy?
is for Rihanna DeLeon. It's Rihanna from CadaverCon 2024. I sadly won't be able to make it this year, but could you write some flirty...
Cadaver? What is that? What community are we in right now? What community are we? I don't know where we are.
Why? Jax doesn't flirt. Here. I at least wrote this. Your character is a bunny. So I wrote, there's only room for one bunny around these parts. I wrote something simple. Hope you're okay. I'm doing fine. I'm just being a brat. Don't worry. I'm okay. I'm not actually, like, frustrated or angry. Maybe a little frustrated just because it does get a...
Aiden, do you think what do you think about the Augie RFC Bow Blacks Destiny Hassan situation with Erudite? I think your kind must face extinction. Your kind needs to go extinct.
A little annoying having to clarify some things, but it's something I don't mind doing. I'm not, like, angry. I just have to... If anything, I'm a little low energy now, because I've dispersed a little bit of energy explaining things.
Oh my...
You're lucky number 2525.
Who is getting... Okay, so this guy's a voice actor for, like, what is it, Has Been Hotel? Or whatever the fuck it's called, which is, like, a show that's, like, very popular amongst, like, Discord users who are probably, like, grooming people in like, servers, giving out, random chemicals to children.
There you go, Rihanna.
Digital Circus? Oh, Digital Circus. Got it. Got it. This isn't Has Been Hotel. It's Digital Circus. What? I don't know. What is a Digital Circus? Okay? Fuck your, like, gay little shows. Okay? Fuck them. If you know what that is, you're actually worse than me. Just by virtue of the fact that you know that. I am actually so happy I'm totally ignorant to this side of the fucking internet.
All was fine and dandy until big content creator A. Lamau made a video talking about the problem that Michael had experienced during his livestream. But within that video, he had either glossed over, made up, or just flat out lied about certain facts that happened within that livestream.
Recently, Digital Circus fans have been discussing shipping, and in particular how Jax's voice actor Michael was getting a bit fed up with it. Let me explain. So, a day ago, Michael did a 4-hour livestream where he signed prints for all of the characters he voiced. During the stream, when it came to Jax, a lot of fans kept asking him to draw things reading Funny Bunny. I'll roll the clip.
Did you write some flirty... Why? Jax doesn't flirt. I think it's Jax and just be as flirty as possible. My gosh. Why is everybody so thirsty? You guys need to drink water.
Is this the drama? Is this actually the drama?
Slightly romantic as Jax, but in character, please. Okay. What? Why would you make me do this?
Why? What is this guy doing wrong?
Man, they wrote, hello, Michael. If you can you make Jax say the words on my print, I love you, Pop?
Oh, he's being rude to chat. He's being rude to chat, I guess, apparently. Have you seen... Dude, this is not... Have you seen... If somebody... Dude, this is, like, your type of drama. This is, like, nothing, dude. This is, like, mild frustration. This is literally just a mild frustration. What is the problem?
And include one doodle of Pomni and Jax side by side. Why? Can I say no to that? Do I ship Jax and Pomni? I don't ship anyone. None of them should be in relationships. We'll do that. None of them should be in relationships.
My animated animals, animal alien hexagon things, need to be in a relationship. Why do you care about that? Why do you care about whether or not the fictional animal fucking things are getting shipped together?
But later, over on Twitter, Michael came out to clarify that he doesn't dislike the
You should not be allowed to own, like, dogs.
Digital Circus ships. He thinks some are really fun and he loves seeing the art and fan works. He just wants to avoid being too involved in that side of things because he knows how toxic it can get. Personally, I completely agree with Michael here. I love Funny Bunny, but I felt really uncomfortable listening to those clips. It's the same with in-person panels as well. People just keep asking questions regarding shipping and it must be exhausting hearing the same things over and over. What do you think? Let me know down below.
Is this guy North Irish or Scott? I think, is that what? Is that like a Northern Irish accent?
Now, he didn't mention my girlfriend by name, but it's still really, really weird that he left out some key details about this livestream. My girlfriend was asking for a request for Michael to say something flirty as Jax about her OC, not Pomni. Why he didn't bother to mention that at all is beyond me. It's also really concerning that he was cutting around the clips a little bit and trimming them without giving full context.
Who cares? Oh my god. Who gives a fuck? Who, like, actually... I played the clip and I was waiting to find the moment that he was upset about. And it's like, this character didn't say something flirtatious about my girlfriend's dog OC. Why are you making a video on this? What is wrong with you? Holy fuck. Your girlfriend is like a 40-year-old man living in like Belgrade that's like jerking it to photos of you while pretending to be a fucking woman. Like, who gives a like,
some of them. Now I get it, it's YouTube Shorts and they're only allowed to be 3 minutes long, but full context should have been given either way. Not to mention, he kind of flanderized it and made the situation sound worse than it was. Soon after he released his YouTube Short talking about it, my girlfriend was flooded with messages and comments of people slandering and harassing her. To quote her exact YouTube post talking about it, as of writing this, I am currently being slandered and harassed on TikTok
and being hurt probably is like two fucking like bad messages.
Twitter, and recently YouTube. Mainly for my recent live stream and short of me requesting for Michael Kovac if he could possibly say something flirty as Jax to my OC/original character, Rain. Reminder that I did not ask Jax to be flirty to me, only my OC. Michael instead jokingly wrote a non-flirty take.
Well, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. What if he doesn't want to? What if he says no? What if he says no? He doesn't want to be flirty to your OC. What then? What are you gonna do then?
How Jax would react to another bunny character. However, people have been recently taking that clip out of context and only focusing on Michael sighing in disappointment and comparing me and my request to actual sexualization of Michael and shipping questions. Ayo Lamau is one of those people responsible for the harassment and slander against many underage creators, including me and one transgender Jax artist. Ayo Lamau,
what does them being transgender have to do with anything here?
I am a human too, not just Michael. Just because I'm not as famous
He didn't even say your fucking name.
As Michael doesn't mean I deserve.
So this is like an attention-seeking psycho. Got it.
To be dehumanized. Please either take accountability and clip me out of your slop shorts, or at least pin my comment explaining everything. Thank you. Also, I never had an issue with Michael's improv.
Also, this person needed to emphasize they were underage to make it sound, because, oh, minor, underage, kid involved, and then nobody actually cares to look further. So the allegation is that he made a short calling out like a pattern of behavior towards directed at this like voice artist, and because this like girlfriend also had her like request denied by this voice actor, people then I guess assumed that she's also part of the problem and then harassed her, which by the way I don't believe, and also nothing A. Lamau said in his short would lead people to that conclusion. So if somebody was led to that conclusion, that's totally on them. Right? He did not say your name. You were purposely putting yourself in the spotlight here. And then trying to like make it like bigger than it actually is. This is like bizarre. And then this fucking simp who made this video is like jumping in to like defend his Discord e-kitten. And it's like, you people suck.
Writing on my print. Stop treating me as if I'm a selfish rat. Personally, I believe that was probably the best thing she could have said given her current situation. The comments have been—
She wasn't even mentioned. She's injecting herself. She's literally just injecting herself.
Very supportive towards her, but also have been criticizing A. Lamau as well. A. Lamau has always bothered me for this exact reason. Monetizing off of drama and hardly knowing shit about it is parasitic and disgusting, especially when it puts minors in danger.
What minors are in danger? What minors are in danger? Okay? If you believe that like your age right now is some super relevant factor because somebody talked about something that you someone might think you're involved in, and that now puts you in danger, then you shouldn't be online. Your status as a minor has left you unable to handle like very basic like challenges that occur on the internet. Get off the fucking internet.
I'm so sorry that this has happened to you among multiple other people. I'm so sorry that these people have been harassing and slandering.
Also, how old is it's like this person's like 17 years old and like fucking 9 months or whatever. And it's like, you actually can't talk about this because like I'm like a minor. I'm like an innocent young child, and like by you talking about something that not even mentioning my name that other people did, people might also think it's me, and now I'm getting mass harassment.
They should know better than to do that to a minor or anyone specifically, which is
Has this person posted proof, by the way, of the harassment they've received?
absolutely disgusting and horrible. Also, A. Lamau has been doing horrible the past months. This is definitely his downfall. I'm so sorry that he's been making this even more terrible for you. Now let me just state this. Is Michael Kovac allowed to feel uncomfortable? Absolutely. Is he allowed to feel uncomfortable if somebody requests something that's a little bit too off the rails, per se, and he doesn't necessarily want to do it? Absolutely. I'm not saying he's not allowed to feel feelings. I'm not saying that he's not allowed to not feel comfortable. I think the best way to explain what I mean is through this beautiful comment that somebody left. We can't have some OC X canon fun anymore. Of course getting VAs involved is dodgy, but MK, Michael Kovac, compromised and handled it well. This comment perfectly sums up exactly what I'm trying to say here. While I am not upset at Michael, as he did absolutely nothing wrong, I am, however, concerned and upset at A. Lamau's blatant lack of common sense here. And while not intentional, he caused a massive uproar over absolute nothing and caused many minors to be harassed.
Many minors to be harassed. What minors are being harassed? Send us proof, please. Send us proof of of a single minor that has been harassed because of A. Lamau's short, please.
Harassed and slandered and causing my girlfriend to—
Yo, $5 from G's, super fucking generous, putting us almost a quarter of the way to Streamly goal. I don't know if you're joking, but if you need content to cover, Tim Kennedy lying about his war stories as a special operators thing. Yeah, link that. That sounds interesting.
come on the brink of suicide. That is not okay in any way, shape, or form. It's a real shame with somebody that
is okay. That is okay. If he said things that are like in the bounds of like constructive criticism or reporting, and didn't lie or make things up, or like did his due diligence in not mentioning specific names, which it seems like he did, just because individuals online have now allegedly completely misinterpreted that and like gone and supposedly harassed minors, that's completely on them and not on him. Because if this were like the case, you'd have to say that nobody could talk about any negative situation ever, because there's a potential that like somebody could interpret that some minor is involved and then go harass that minor. Also, I would love to see proof of this harassment, which you have not provided. I don't believe it's as widespread as you said it is. I think that your like dog OC fucking underage girlfriend is like a dramatic bitch, and like probably got like one, if any, maybe got like one mean DM and is like feeling the need to like insert herself into this story because she's an attention-seeking freak.
Massive fan base behind him, and has a massive following, he somehow made a stupid decision like this. Now, am I saying that he deserves to get
stupid decision?
harassed and stalked and slandered? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying at all. Do I think he's incapable of change? Absolutely not. I believe he still has a chance to take accountability and publicly apologize for all of this. Or maybe he won't, and the situation will continue to get worse and worse. All I can hope and pray for is that he sees this video, takes accountability, and apologizes. Because this situation doesn't need to get more worse than it already is. And I would really appreciate it if people share this video around, just so the word gets spread out there more.
Okay, so apparently this situation develops. But let us just summarize where we are at right now, okay? Let's just summarize where we are at right now, okay? My understanding of this is that this voice actor for Digital Circus does autograph signing streams, okay? One individual made a request that he politely, to do something flirtatious or sexual, that he politely declined, okay? He politely declined, saying it was making him uncomfortable, okay? Then A. Lamau makes a video on the general trend, not about this underage fan's incident specifically. It's not even referenced, but he talks about like fans in general asking this voice artist to ship characters together, and he's uncomfortable with it, right? Which is true. So the guy who made this video, his girlfriend makes herself the victim, claiming that A. Lamau's video, where she is not mentioned by name, her situation isn't referred to, etc., is like the victim of harassment, because A. Lamau covered something that objectively was happening that she's not involved in, or it's not related to her, right? And now A. Lamau is supposedly now responsible for the harassment of underage people. For somehow, I don't know what that, because he covered a situation or covered a problem within his community, supposedly some people linked underage people to on their own accord and then went and harassed them, which I doubt is happening, by the way. There was zero proof presented of that. It seems like somebody wants attention really fucking badly and is like inserting themselves into a situation that they were not dragged into. Okay, so that person's boyfriend made a video in her defense, and now we get a response, okay, from A. Lamau. Also, yeah, that's a great point, by the way. Why is a minor go, and by the way, that's not like victim blaming, okay? Because there's no victim here. The guy refused the request. But why are you invoking the fact you're underage in like your defense to like be like, you know, oh, like fucking you know, to make some criticism that is totally irrelevant to your age, like hit harder by emphasizing the fact that you're underage. But also, you're like literally going into fucking chats asking voice artists to like draw and make flirtatious stuff for you with the knowledge that you were underage. And by the way, if this person is like 17, if that's the end, they absolutely fucking know better. GG's with the 5 posted it. Also, why is there a guy walking around behind you? I have no fucking idea.
So, within the past few days, a situation has unfolded.
Hold on, I gotta grab something. Hold on. I fucking dropped some shit. Dude, where did I put it? Give me 1 sec here, guys. Am I stupid? Wait, hold on. Bro. Fuck my chud life, dude. Alright, here we go. We got it, we're back in action. Let's go.
Regarding me, it's quickly spiraled out of control, so in this video I think it's important. So, within the past few days, a situation has unfolded regarding me. It's quickly spiraled out of control, so in this video I think it's important that I sit down and set the record straight. Like the intro sequence said, don't harass anyone mentioned in this video.
Oh, we got the little dividers, segment dividers. For those of you that don't remember, 2016 commentary, this was a big thing to use. They still use it nowadays. But iDubbbz, one of his points against Leafy in the content cop was that his like dividers were like 12 seconds long, and as a result, Leafy ended up shortening these to like, I don't remember, like 8 minutes.
Before
No, sorry, 12 minutes, no, 8 seconds, sorry. 8 seconds, not minutes, my bad.
get into the main things at hand, we need to set the stage and provide some context. On September 21st, I made a 1 minute and 30 long short about the recent Michael Kovac livestream. For those who didn't know about it, recently Michael got a bunch of Funny Bunny related donations while doing his stream. He was clearly a bit frustrated with the frequency of them, but he cracked a couple jokes and said he doesn't actually ship any characters. Allegedly, the chat was being annoying as well.
Willie still uses them? I'd probably use them too. I think they're like very, I think they're cool. I think they're good for dividing a video. So, like, if somebody already has, like, the background information and wants something else, they could go look for something else.
Mentioning similar sort of comments and asking for spoilers. After the stream, Michael came out to clarify things on Twitter. He reaffirms what he said earlier, that he doesn't dislike ships, but he...
By the way, viewers, I think I want to do a segment. If you make content, because apparently there are some people in my community that do make content and want somebody to... I want to do maybe some segments, like, reviewing viewers' content at some point.
Tries his best to avoid being involved with those things because he knows how toxic it can get. All of that was included in my original video, apart from the part about the stream comments. Where I made a mistake was in regards to the clip I used. The stream was a 4-hour stream, and the discourse I saw around it was on TikTok. Here is the exact TikTok I used, and here's my computer downloads folder showing it was indeed the one I used. The only thing I've changed is I've cropped out the little progress.
I honestly can't believe, like, that guy's video has led to an 800,000 sub YouTuber having to issue like a actual like lengthy response. It's such a nothing allegation with no evidence behind it to substantiate it, and the fact that he feels the need to go and address it leads me to believe that there were actually people that went and ran with it. And like, if that's true, like, you all like suck. The false and exaggeratory... So it seems to be everyone's now shifted to the conclusion that these allegations were exaggeratory. They obviously were. Nobody believes that a sizable quantity of people was going and seeing A Lamau's short and then figuring out, hey, this general trend that A Lamau's calling out, well, this kind of relates to that one request that a minor made in this VA artist stream from like a month ago. So now let us all go and harass this minor, even though A Lamau never called them out or mentioned them by name. And then the minor is going to claim that's occurring, but provide no proof to substantiate it, and emphasize that they're underage as if that's relevant. The only reason that would be relevant is that you went and tried to ask a voice artist to, like, draw something flirtatious for you, okay? So, I mean, like, if you could not see, that if you accepted this as fact and could not see it was exaggerated the second you were watching, I was going into this, by the way, thinking A Lamau did something wrong, because I saw his Discord was deleted or whatever, but like, I knew, like, the second we actually got into the substance of it, this is obviously like such a fucking nothing allegation.
Bottom, so
You're so cooked if you saw that. Like, your media literacy, you need to just like start like learning about what media literacy, how to like assess a claim and like allegation, if you like ever thought that that was something to work with.
it's cleaner, and I removed the dead air segments from Michael isn't talking. During that clip, Michael is sending a print from someone called Rihanna. I'll play the full clip.
Is for Rihanna DeLeon. It's Rihanna from CadaverCon 2024. I sadly won't be able to make it this year, but could you write some flirty... Why? Jax doesn't flirt.
Wait, hold on. Okay, I might have just got this wrong. Is Rihanna... Hold on. Is Rihanna the girlfriend? Oh, okay, never mind. Then maybe A Lamau did mention... Let's watch this short one more time. Okay, one more time.
In that live stream.
Recently, Digital Circus fans have been discussing shipping, and in particular how Jax's voice actor Michael was getting a bit fed up with it. Let me explain. So, a day ago, Michael did a 4-hour live stream where he signed prints for all of the characters he voiced. During the stream, when it came to Jax, a lot of fans kept asking him to draw things reading the funny bunny. I'll roll the clip.
Could you write some flirty... Why? Jax doesn't flirt. I think it's Jax can just be as flirty as possible. My gosh. Why is everybody so thirsty? You guys need to drink water. Slightly romantic.
Okay, so my bad. Okay? So the situation involving this guy's girlfriend was used as a clip, but any identifying information is like completely omitted, and it's just A Lamau covering what happened. Got it. I don't understand how that like means that he created harassment against a minor. Okay, I doubt that many people over that short went and like watched the video and figured out who the person was, and then went and started harassing them.
Here, I at least wrote this. Your character is a bunny. So I wrote, there's only room for one bunny around these parts. I wrote something simple. Hope you're okay. I'm doing fine. I'm just being...
Dude, I have fallen off so fucking hard. I don't understand, because somebody was commenting they're not getting notifications from my stream. So if you're not getting notifications, please let me know. But like some days we'll just do like 150 viewers. Other days we'll do like 80. I don't know what's been going on, man. It's been very inconsistent. Starbase needs to turn the bots back on. No, I'm kidding. But if you're here, if there's 86 of you, what are we doing, man? You know the routine. Like up. Also, we are 20 minutes away from hitting the temp goal. If you want to help support the streams, also you can donate through Super Chat. Streamlabs link down below. It goes to a great place. My wallet used to fund my never-ending drug habit. You can also join our Discord server. Link in the description. Join our Minecraft server, which I'll also put the IP in the description, but it's ag4l.mc.gg. And also, you can follow me on Twitter to see all my heckin' base takes and tweets.
A brat. Don't worry. I'm okay. I'm not...
Maybe stream more often. I've gone live 7 days, or not 7 days. Over the last 9 days, I've been live 7 of those days.
Actually, like, frustrated or angry. Maybe a little frustrated, just because it does...
I think the problem genuinely might be going live too often.
Get a little annoying, having to clarify some things. But it's something I don't mind doing. I'm not, like, angry. I just have to... If anything, I'm a little low energy now, because I've dispersed a little bit of energy explaining things. You're lucky number 2525.
As you can see, Michael was fine with signing the print. It's just that he was feeling a bit low energy because of all the shipping related requests, so he changed what the message was and didn't write anything flirty like the request said. I will admit 100% I should have done my due diligence and checked the full livestream. It was a 4-hour livestream, but the least I could have done is search through it for every time Funny Bunny was mentioned. I shouldn't have just used a TikTok clip at face value. Secondly, I apologise completely to Rihanna if anyone sent them hate as a result of my short. I didn't intend for that to happen, nor did I put forward the idea for
It
people—
didn't happen. It didn't, okay? I would love to see the evidence of this harassment. It's non-existent. Rihanna is a liar, okay?
to engage in that behaviour. In my drama videos, I always include a disclaimer at the start to make it super duper clear that I don't encourage that.
This guy is not Welsh. Who is saying this guy is Welsh? It's like Northern Irish.
In YouTube Shorts, I can't do that, but it's completely valid to say that I should have made that clearer in my short. From here on, I'll discuss the situation after on a video that was made about me. So yesterday, YouTuber Oliver made a video called "The Michael Kovac / Ailamau situation is alarming." Oliver, like Rihanna, is 17 years old and he's her boyfriend. This is important because the ages will be relevant later. Firstly, I take issue with the title and thumbnail. The main crux of the video has to do with me, not Michael. This sentiment was carried over to—
Oh, the original fucking video. The original video did 200,000 views, bro. Holy fuck. These people have no lives. Holy shit, dude.
The video was shared. When Oliver shared his video, he added Michael in the posts. There's no need to pester him with this at all. With the way it's framed, it looks like Michael is in hot water, or that there's beef between Michael and me. The text, "It's haunting" as well, makes it look far worse than things actually are. So moving on to the video, all of the allegations presented are just paper thin and completely wrong. First up, a minute in, Oliver shows a picture of the print and the special instruction. If we look at the bottom, it says, "Write something Jax would say to my OC bunny, Rain." What's peculiar with this is if we check a video Rihanna posted of her reacting to the print, we can see at the bottom that her request says, "Could you write something flirty?" This is backed up by what Michael said on stream. When he read it out, he said exactly that.
I won't be able to make it this year, but could you write some flirty... Why?
Why this image is different, I have no idea. Was it edited later to make the request appear more innocent? I'm not sure. In Rihanna's community post from 6 days ago, we see the new updated one. This was on the 18th, a day before Michael's stream on the 19th. So Rihanna likely realized that her request
F? What's the F? Is stream going down?
was a bit odd and changed it. However, the old one ended up being read by Michael. I think this is important to mention because neither Rihanna nor Oliver brought this up at all. So Oliver says that I didn't give full context and that the donation was—
Sorry, let's just go back here a little bit. My bad.
something flirty. This is backed up by what Michael said on stream. We could say to my OC bunny, Rain. What's peculiar with this is if we check a video Rihanna posted of her reacting to the print, we can see at the bottom that her request says, "Could you write something flirty?" This is backed up by what Michael said on stream. When he read it out, he said exactly that.
I won't be able to make it this year, but could you write some flirty... Why?
Why this image is different, I have no idea. Was it edited later to make the request appear more innocent? I'm not sure. In Rihanna's community post from 6 days,
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I have no idea. Was it edited later to make—
Why?
Why this image is different, I have no idea. Was it edited later to make the request appear more innocent?
Wait, dude! This Oliver... Wait, bro. Hold on. So, okay, so he's talking about, like, the people uncomfortably asking for, like, flirtatious material. This Oliver guy is saying, like, there's something wrong with Ailamau's video, objectively
YouTube
covering
and
it.
comments
And he's saying stuff was omitted, right? But his girlfriend's request... Wait, where's the image shown? Oh, the image might not have been shown in this guy's video. It was maybe in the TikTok you watch? Oh, shit! It's over! It's over! It's over! Total 17-year-old furry destruction! It's over! Bro, it's over! Oliver, the boyfriend, includes in his video... So Ailamau makes a short, okay? Ailamau makes a short where he is covering, okay? Ailamau is covering, like people use, like uncomfortable flirtation with this voice, or asking for flirtatious requests with this voice artist who refuses. There's apparently something wrong with that because Ailamau has omitted details, right? Ailamau has omitted details, or made like a false assertion. And the evidence presented is that in the request, the girlfriend isn't asking for anything flirty, right? But the actual request from the stream is completely different. So was it, did they edit this to try to use as evidence against Ailamau?
I'm not sure. In Rihanna's community post from 6 days ago, we see see the new updated one. This was on the 18th, a day before Michael's stream on the 19th. So Rihanna likely realized that her request was a bit odd and changed it. However, the old one
Oh, wait, never mind.
ended up being read by Michael.
Okay.
I think this is important to mention because neither Rihanna nor Oliver brought this up at all. So Oliver says that I didn't give full context.
So, okay, got it. So they didn't edit it. That was just the new request, but they omitted that there was an older request, which was the one he was reading, that did explicitly ask for something flirtatious. Got it.
Donation was about her OC and not Pomni. Okay? That doesn't really change what the issue was. The point of my video was that Michael kept getting bizarre requests on his Streamly. Myself and many others found them uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was like a general thing. It was like talking about a general trend, and he even mentions like people, not a person or individual. He does use the clip involving this individual, and this individual was actually doing the exact type of behavior he was calling out. So I don't know what the problem with that is.
We could sit here all day long doing he said, she said, but as I mentioned in my short, Michael tries his best to stay out of shipping-related stuff. It's completely reasonable for people to find it a bit odd to donate to him asking him to sign flirty things. On the stream, Michael changed the donation to instead say, your character is a bunny, so I wrote there's only room for one bunny around these parts. I wrote something simple, hope you're okay, I'm doing fine, I'm just being a brat. Michael was tired of the shipping-related requests, so he changed the message on the print. Continuing on with the video, Oliver shows a post from his girlfriend Rihanna who made a community post about it. She says that she was being harassed and slandered over the situation. Of course, this is deplorable, but—
No, don't give her that. Don't give her that. I doubt that's what happened. She is lying. She's being dramatic. At most, she got a single, like, mean DM, and if you can't handle that, you shouldn't be online. Just to be clear. I honestly, it's, oh, but she's a minor, Aiden, but she's a minor. Yeah, if you're like a, by the way, when she says she's underage, she's literally just probably like 16, 17. It's like, yeah, like you should be able at that age to, now, just to be clear, they're not adults, right? I would have a very different argument when it came to like sexual interactions or whatever, but to be clear, right? You are old enough at that age to like understand, like to do at least basic, like, the most basic risk assessment about engagement with the internet, which can be, you know, trolls, fucking mean people, whatever. And if you can't handle that, you should absolutely disassociate yourself from the online sphere. Whoa, fuck. I didn't mean to. Fuck!
Because it does get a little annoying having to clarify some things, but it's
Pretty sure she got embarrassed. Well, her embarrassment doesn't justify the omission of, like, details that, if included, would make Alamel look a lot less bad.
hey.
why this image is different, I have no idea. Was it edited to him asking him to sign flirty things? On the stream, Michael changed the donation to instead say, your character is a bunny, so I wrote there's only room for one bunny around these parts. I wrote something simple, hope you're okay, I'm doing fine, I'm just being a brat. Michael was tired of the shipping-related requests, so he changed the message on the print. Continuing on with the
Which
video,
is
Oliver
fine.
shows a post from his girlfriend Rihanna who made a community post about it. She says that she was being harassed and slandered over the situation. Of course, this is deplorable, but the post then weirdly shifts in tone and starts to blame me for it all. It says that I'm one of the people responsible for the harassment against—
Harassing, and then they emphasize underage, they emphasize that somebody is transgender. This is all very purposeful and manipulative, okay? To add padding to this allegation or complaint and make it hit harder than it would had it been like described and framed how you would normally describe and frame a situation. So details that would insinuate he's transphobic or doing something with minors, etc., those are being emphasized. And make no mistake, when people do that, it is almost certainly not a fucking accident. Whoa.
many underage creators. This makes no sense. My video was meant to inform, not to start a flame war. As regular viewers of my channel know, I rarely if ever get involved in dramas. I always like to weigh up both sides, and when I give my opinion, I try to be as fair as possible. This is seen in my short. All I said was that the clips made me feel uncomfortable and that I agree with Michael. That's it. I didn't direct anyone anywhere. The clips used were anonymous, so nobody was mentioned by name.
Yes!
It mentions underage creators in plural, which again is just disingenuous.
Yes!
I didn't know Rihanna was 17, and even so, that didn't affect anything.
17, dude!
I didn't send hate her way, nor did I mention anyone individually.
He's sending harassment to an underage, but she fucking knows better in this context, dude. She knows better in this context. Don't give me that shit. Like, yes, it is relevant to know that someone's 17, but I also hate this thing where it's like, you're acting like because you're 17, you're like some fucking, like, dumb, like, child that, like, doesn't understand, like, basic, like, risk assessment in regards to, you know, engaging with the internet.
Video. It mentions the trans Jax artist. I think it's referring to the Daisy situation from a few weeks ago where I covered that. Basically, a Reddit user co-opted the Daisy Jax trend and started spamming subreddits. Gooseworks made a post about it and later apologized because she regretted posting and should have sent them a private message instead. I did a simple video on that, agreeing with Goose and saying that the trend was really cool and that it was a shame that the Reddit drama was bringing it down. So this was just something that was randomly tacked on, perhaps to make me appear transphobic. We then get to the worst part of the video.
That's
Oliver
exactly
says
why
that
it was
caused
included.
multiple minors to get harassed.
Yes.
Again, like I said earlier, who
No
are these
proof.
people? Why are the minors in plural? It just feels like these people weren't a fan of me making a video about something they were involved in and just twisted the facts to fit their narrative. Rihanna being a minor isn't mentioned anywhere. It isn't in any of her bio sections, nor was it in the original clip. I'm being blamed for harassing a minor when I didn't even know there was a minor involved in the first place. Again, I had no intention of sending hate to any party, but they're wording things in the absolute worst way. He then word for word says that I caused his girlfriend to come on the brink of suicide.
And causing my girlfriend to come on the brink of suicide. That is not
She should grow up. She probably got like one mean message. She needs to grow up. I'm sorry. So fucking manipulative, dude. It's like actually like it pisses me the fuck off. Your girlfriend's about to be a fucking adult. She needs to like grow up. I'm sorry. By the way, there's nothing childish about being suicidal, but if you're like attributing an individual like lone insult to like being the cause of that, then like yeah, you need to grow up. That's just sad. Sorry, I'm just getting some XP for my Elytra real quick. I'm like 20,000 blocks out. I gotta get back. Hold on. There we go.
Okay, in any way, shape, or form.
Suicide is a serious topic, but this is genuinely disgusting to say.
Yes.
I didn't once send harassment or hate.
Yeah, it's weaponizing suicide. It's weaponizing suicide, and so many people do it, and it is honestly one of the most egregious forms of manipulation, and the fact that like it's not called out more, and the fact that a lot of times the general public actually gets behind on this narrative. Actually, even more so when somebody actually does go through with it. It's like it's reductionism for like the motivations and reasoning behind why someone would take their own life. And like when they weaponize it against a group they don't like at that time, like when people were attributing Etika's suicide to Keemstar. And by the way, don't get me wrong, there's a ton of fucking shit to criticize Etika for, but this was a guy who struggled with bipolar depression. And to act like this like fucking Keemstar analogy from a while prior is like the reason he went and took his own life is just completely fucking absurd.
Anna, I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm not responsible. This video makes insane assumptions based on limited or completely broken evidence. Like I said earlier, although I could have been clearer in my short, its intention was never to harm. But to put blame on me for this is not only irrational, but also extremely upsetting. While I understand why some people can have disagreement over what happens in the community, we should never stoop lower. Harassment and hatred has no place in the indie animation community. Oliver in his video says not to harass me, but since his video was posted, I've been sent threats. Unlike in his video, I'll show them on screen. I've had people call me a danger to children. There's been comparisons made with Chris Hansen gifs.
A danger to children. Yeah, because they just read underage. They just read the word underage. And they like immediately like, oh, they're like, they don't like look at the nuance of it. They just see that word, and it's like immediately your allegation that by its own facts and merits would be one thing. By just adding that keyword, even though it has no relevance, you've now just made that allegation an entirely separate and more severe thing to like the eyes of the general public who are fucking idiots that don't do any research or have like totally lack media literacy. And yeah, like you like would be responsible for this. So unironically, this Rihanna person is responsible for causing harassment towards A. Lamau. And the difference between A. Lamau and Rihanna is A. Lamau can actually show proof of his harassment and explain the specific things that Rihanna said or did that contributed to that. So, yes, Rihanna is a harasser.
People have made absurd allegations in the comments. There's people saying to mass report my channel. In one of the comments, Rihanna said that I'm putting underage users in danger. She says that I didn't actually mean any harm to her, and this contradicts what's said in the video. They seem to understand that I didn't mean any harm with my video, but for whatever reason, they've jumped straight to the least charitable outlook on what I did. They continue saying that I don't censor out usernames and use art without permission, mentioning the trans femme Jax artist. Like I said earlier, this is being twisted. I always censor out users when I mention tweets in my videos. The posts I didn't censor out in my Daisy Jax video were the artists, so that they would be credited. I didn't harass anyone or tell my audience to in the video either, but I included the artists' names with the tweet. tweets so that they would be credited. This is now being spun as me putting minors in danger. These art pieces were in there to explain where the Daisy Jacks trend came from, to show off some cool art. I never once said, oh yeah, I made these art pieces by the way, or oh guys, grab your torches and pitchforks, let's go harass them. In another comment, one user asks how I harassed them. Rihanna says that the situation started because of TikTok, which I mentioned earlier, that the TikToker apologized and that I saw the TikTok. This is just an admittance that what I said earlier was correct. As I said before, I'm sorry if Rihanna did get hate, but that was never my intention. If she did get hate, it was likely because of TikTok and Twitter talking about it. If someone watched my short or anyone else's and went out of their way to find Michael's stream, find Rihanna's segment, and search for her username to find her account, that's entirely possible. But I don't know how many more times I can say this. I'm not at fault for simply discussing something and giving my opinion on it. I'm not legally responsible for everything that has occurred. Yes, Rihanna did send me a message request on Twitter and leave a comment. However, I just didn't get a chance to respond to it. I have a life outside of YouTube, and although I was on Twitter,
and this guy has 800,000 subs. Like, he's like, you don't see every DM when you're that fucking big. Sure, it might like sound egotistical, but it's just like true. Dude, I'm lagging like fuck.
Requests. The best way to reach me is to open a ticket in my Discord server. That didn't happen. Instead, Rihanna sent one Twitter DM that politely asked me to rethink the whole thing. This escalated immediately after. In less than a day, a YouTube post was put up saying that I'm a danger to minors, and then this hit piece video was made by her boyfriend. I'm sorry, but one day is absolutely not enough time to escalate from a polite DM to a full-on video in such a—
Wait, it took a single day for all of that? Dude, this is like absurd. And how old's the boyfriend, by the way?
Short span of time is insane. As I said earlier, Rihanna and Oliver are 17. I don't think they've sat down intentionally and said, hey, let's cancel ALMO. Oliver says in his video that his point isn't to harass me. However, with the way he's—
The specific details she chose to emphasize, there's no way that was an accident. She knew exactly what to say to make the allegation hit harder than if it were held to account by its own merits, okay? By emphasizing that somebody's trans when it bears no relevance, when in this context, by emphasizing the underage part when it bears no relevance in this context, it is meant to make the allegation hit harder.
Presented things. Ironically, what he said I did has happened to me. I've been sent a wave of hate.
By the way, if you guys want to support the stream, as always, thank you, G's with the $2, saying game over. Special shout out to our top donators tonight. G's, Soul Skibbity, Toki. If you guys want to support the channel, as always, you can donate through Super Chats. The button down below, Streamlabs link in the description. You can also follow me on Twitter. Like up. There are 87 people watching, only 35 likes. You suck.
My words have been completely warped, and I'm sat here having to respond when I should be back to making videos on indie animations. It's important that I set the record straight. In conclusion, I hope this has clarified things. I always try my best to take criticism on board, but there's a difference between fair criticism and wishing ruin on me. What I like to do here with my channel is share my honest opinions on projects I'm passionate about. I was extremely shocked seeing this unfold, and honestly, I just want to move forward. I've said everything I could, I've apologized for the mistakes I made, and I clarified everything else. If you have any thoughts on the situation, leave a comment down below. And like I say in every video, thank you for watching.
Oh, he's doing the old end screen thing, except for some reason I'm not getting the pop-ups that are meant to fill that. Okay, so the 17-year-old, who needs to be canceled, by the way. I'm underage. I'm not cancel. Ruin your life. Don't go to you can't go to college. Sorry. Sorry, your friends are going to college. You want to? Sorry, you can't. Life ruined. No job. Turn 18. You're homeless. Okay. I don't care that Oliver is 7. This is like super fucking manipulative. $2 from Frenchius Fry. Thank you so much, buddy. Our 4th donor of the night, Top Oiler. Okay. Much appreciated. He says, Ebola. What is this, bro? 2015? It's funny. So I watched a documentary about Ebola the other day, or I was watching part of a doc. I didn't end up finishing it. I do want to finish it.
Hello all, Oliver here.
Are you ready for October? I'm not even ready for tomorrow, so.
This video is completely unscripted. Then again, I don't really script any of my videos, but this is a full explanation and apology to ALML.
Too late! Too late!
This video is barely edited.
ALML actually has minors in his family, so by making this egregious video on him, you actually risked having minors harassed. Therefore, you are contributing to the harassment of minors.
There's a few parts where it's edited and a few parts where it's not, and I just want to try to apologize.
Aiden is behind. How did you know that?
Guys, and move on. and I'm not gonna try to make this sound pity-seeking, and anything along those lines, because that's not the way to go, and I don't want to go down that route, because that will look bad on me. The first thing that I just want to say right off the bat is that I don't hate Alamau. I don't. Many people have.
We don't care. We simply don't care. Wait, you can now put it in 4 times speed? Oh, if you're on premium. Dude, are we actually like that like brain rotted that you need videos to be in 4 times speed? Are you serious, bro? It's only with who is speeding a video up 4 times?
Talked about and discussed his content and how boring and how uneducated it is and that type of nonsense.
This is 2 times. I'd need premium to go up to 4 times.
I personally like his content. I never had an issue with the guy. I still don't have an issue with the guy, you know, and I feel like that's
Aiden Overground. Dude, what is the... Dude, he's using the old Wiggler Hellbent made.
important to know before I continue on. So I feel like the best place to start is with my video specifically and why I made it, that sort of thing. And the first important thing that I'd like to say is the video was never made to spark drama. The video was never made to expose anybody. It was a call-out post, if anything. As in my mind, I feel like a call-out post and an exposing video aren't the same thing. I feel like that a call-out post is supposed to be a little bit more on the laid-back side, if that makes sense, and an exposing video is
so fucking pedantic. Nobody cares about any of this. Nobody gives a fuck. Your video, also the details your girlfriend chose to emphasize that you reiterated were certainly like some sort of expose, right? Or had the same effect. Even though you think an expose is like more harmful, right? It had the same level of harm as just like a regular call out, as the insinuation is that this guy, because he covered a situation objectively, is a danger to minors.
Supposed to be taken a lot more seriously, and it's supposed to be detrimental and that sort of thing. I wasn't trying to expose Alamau in any way, shape, or form, and I do want to apologize for...
Wait, the guy dating a fucking online furry that drew themselves like a furry with boobs is like autistic? Dude, come on, man.
All the shit that he was sent a lot of fucked up shit.
Voice crack. And then meanwhile, the same people making fun of me for this, by the way, sit on Discord on mute anytime they enter a call, because they know they like have the most like shriveled up pathetic the most shrill pathetic fucking voice. Their vocal cords are shriveled up and disgusting, and they sound like ridiculous, like actual like characters from a cartoon, so they don't unmute. Finally, a few days ago, one of the many people who likes to make fun of my voice and voice cracks, a guy by the name of an individual by the name of Louis, I was blessed to hear his voice for the first time, and I understand now why some of you people like Ali Khan do not unmute. Okay, I now get it. I totally understand now.
From what he said in his video.
Oliver in his video says not to harass me, but since
Does
his video
anyone...
posted, I can send threats.
Ali Khan called into a stream once, by the way. If anyone has a link to that call-in, let me know. I'd love to hear what this guy sounds like.
And like in his video, I'll share them on screen. I've had people call me a danger to children. There's been comparisons made with Chris Hansen gifs. People have made absurd allegations in the comments. There's people saying to mass report my channel. In one of the comments, Rihanna said that I'm putting underage users in danger.
All of that was not okay, and I do not condone any of that, and I want to apologize deeply for that.
Why are you such a hater? Because I am filled with hatred. Hatred for you specifically for having to ask that fucking question. Problem? I hate you.
Was completely unjust and was completely uncalled for. There were many people that were also calling him a pedophile too, apparently. On TikTok, there was a video saying, like, he did this to a 14-year-old girl. The video, I think, has been since taken down, but that's fucked up, even by my standards. I talk about a lot of fucked up things, but that's completely unjust and fucked up. Another big thing that he brought up in his video were my title and thumbnail for my video. He said that it was completely over-exaggerated, and it made it seem like him and Michael were having beef, and that's not what I intended to do. I'm still young. I'm not exactly a skilled...
Yes, AIDS Gang is a community of hate, okay? Yes, we hate. We love hate. We hate everyone. I hate you, okay? You should probably hate me as well. Make the world hate again, okay?
Thumbnail artist of any kind. I'm still learning. I'm not exactly a go-to if somebody, asks for a thumbnail or anything. But I will admit and say it was completely over-exaggerated. I should have done a better choice of words, maybe came up with a different thumbnail, and that is completely unjust of me to...
Do you hate me? Yeah, unless you give me money, then I don't hate you. So I hate everyone here except for, with the exception of Soul Skibbity, G's, Frenchiest Fry, and Toki. The rest of you suck. Wait, hold on. I have to reset goal anyways.
completely unjustified for me to do. I should have.
I don't hate Will anymore either, because Will just gave me $5. What is up, best friend? I love you. Okay, I love you. I hate everyone else. I hate all the people typing under you. I love you, Will. We're besties.
Definitely gone back. Maybe do it a couple more times. Maybe go over it, edit it slightly to make it seem like less of a big deal than it needed to be. And again, I do apologize for that. Something that I feel like that flew over a lot of people's heads was that I wasn't blaming him directly for
you
what.
You control the bank, so why should I give you money? So I could like buy hookers and cocaine.
Was going on with my girlfriend and people spamming her and telling her to kill herself and throwing out racial epithets and shit. That's not what I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to make it seem like he directly caused it. I said in my video, while not intentional, he was part of the reason as to why that happened. I'll even throw up the clip.
I'm pretty sure, Oliver, you like emphasized A. Lamau's role in this like significantly and reiterated your girlfriend's post where A. Lamau is like the most emphasized part of said post, and claims are made without verification that you reiterate factually, and then also provided is also provided in that is like her emphasizing like details that it's super disingenuous to emphasize and only function to you know, make the allegation hit harder.
And while not intentional, he caused a massive uproar over absolute nothing and caused many minors to be harassed and slandered and causing my girlfriend to come on the brink of suicide. If I were to go back and change anything about that,
Very fair. Taking out a loan right now to give to you sounds good. Yeah, if you like pay for my prostitutes, then we're besties. $2 from Starfish, taken off the hate list. What up, bestie? What is up, Starfish? You doing anything this weekend? Let's go to like the park. Let's go for a stroll in the park. Let's go. What do friends do? Let's like fly kites together, you know. Let's go fishing in jellyfish fields. Cal, taken off the hate list. Can we copy the relationships you had as a kid? You think I'm your friend, but you were just my punching bag? Yeah, but it's not gonna work the way you think it will. Because I own you and mog you. Except you're also now my best friend. Patrick, my other best friend. You're also off the list. Let's go fishing in jellyfish fields, buddy. Okay, my personal best friend Patrick Star and Junk Drawer Gaming. Who else but Junk Drawer? All J-Town residents must donate. So fucking true. So fucking true. My personal, good dear friend who's now gonna be a part of my will. Okay, Junk Drawer. You can get the Bernie Sanders autograph. My best friend.
Probably would have said he indirectly caused it, like he unintentionally caused it. And if I made it sound like that he directly caused it and I made it sound like that, I deeply apologize. That wasn't my intention, and I apologize for making it seem like he caused all of it.
General with the $5 fucking dollars, okay? This guy is the best of my best friends, okay? General, okay? We are like fucking this. My ride or die.
He also brought up another thing of why I said minors in plural instead of just a minor, a singular minor. And to that, I was talking about my girlfriend's first community post on the matter, where she said her and the trans femme Jack artist. And for the record,
you reiterated that as fact, by the way.
And not to seem like I'm throwing my girlfriend under the bus here, but she has been doing a lot of shit in my comments that I am not okay with her responding to everybody and then calling them broke for not affording a signed poster from Michael Kovach. I don't condone that at all. And
dude. He's having to like publicly disavow his girlfriend.
To that, I on her behalf, I apologize for that. That was completely, and I have talked to her about it, of course. And that's not okay. I don't condone that. I don't think that's okay at all. And I want to again apologize.
G's, who's already my best friend, with the fucking $5. Would you ever do night drives? I don't know what night, like going driving at night. I can't drive. Starfish with the $2. Let's go to San Francisco, live our best life. So fucking true. We're gonna go to the Tenderloin. And we're just gonna like smoke crack. $2 from Bobby B, my other best friend. Oil up, okay? You, sir, I will buy you all the oil in the world, okay? I will buy you barrels and barrels of fucking baby oil to use for whatever, I'm sure, totally legal reasons you want. Benji with Benji, a hot dog with ketchup. Benji has been officially removed from the hate list. 5 from Will. Your throat hurts. Non-stop glaze. We glaze the Oilers here, folks. We glaze the Oilers. We hate the freeloaders.
Anyone that was affected by that. As for why her request to Michael was completely different from the one that A. Lamau showed, I have no idea why. The one that I used came straight from her community tab, so I didn't know that there was a way you could even look at other people's requests. I didn't know that. That's, you know, I have no fucking clue. I mean, I don't go around asking celebrities and voice actors and all that to sign stuff for me, so I don't know anything about that. I probably should have looked into that a lot more, so I do apologize for that as well. I don't know if and why she changed it. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Why did you change it? I guess she wanted to make it sound more innocent, as A. Lamau suggested. I don't know her.
Yo! General, help us hit fucking temp goal and put us over halfway to Streamly goal. You sir are a gem. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have so many new fucking best friends. Taken off the hate list. Benzin, another dude. We're gonna buy a bus for all my best friends. Okay, Benzin with the 5. Woof. Okay, dude. You are my best friend, but I am starting to suspect there might be some truth to the furry allegations. I don't know what the deal is with that. $5 from Orpheus. Okay, that is $5 out of Diorio's pocket. Okay, we've stolen it from Diorio. The Orpheus is 5 was promised me 3,000 years ago. Oiling, so true. My best friend. Sardina with the 2. Aiden, I have a question. Ask your question. Bestie. Starfish with the 2. This is no crack house. It's a crack home. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. So much positive energy. We've turned the house into a home.
Personally, because, you know, I had nothing to do with it about that part. I was just kind of there and I saw it. I'm like, oh, this is cool, you know? Cool, my girlfriend is getting something signed. And this is the one that she sent over, you know, into my server. It was through her community post link. And so I don't know if something was changed or something was altered. I'm not sure. I don't know. But, you know, and people have been arguing about this in the comment section of the video itself, whether or not that, you know, it was okay for her to ask Michael for such a thing. I even said in my video, I said, hey, Michael was uncomfortable and he was allowed to feel uncomfortable. I'm not saying that he wasn't allowed to be. And I love that he improvised it. He, you know, he switched it up and, you know, gave a response.
But why is your girlfriend seemingly so aware of her underage status and how that, like, differentiates her from a normal user of the internet? Like, she can't have it both ways, okay? She's nearly an adult. She's using the fact that she's, like, slightly underage when it, like, benefits her in making someone look like some sort of fucking pedophile. But, like, when it comes to, like, asking, like, voice artists to do flirtatious things that will get them in trouble, all of a sudden, that, like, self-awareness of her underage status and the, like, exceptional position that gives her relative to normal online user completely fucking disappears. Your girlfriend is a manipulative, disingenuous fuck, and honestly, should be harassed over that. Yes.
Was really, really relaxed and calm about it. I did say that, so I don't know if that went over people's heads too. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that what my girlfriend was trying.
That one, you should be on your knees apologizing right now. You are in no position to be cocky. You totally omitted, like, crucial information and helped, like, perpetuate your girlfriend's, like, completely disingenuous smear campaign.
To request to Michael was right or wrong. I'm not saying either, because it doesn't matter which way you look at it, because people are going to say that it's wrong, and some people are going to say that it's right, and some people say it's okay, and that it's not.
Nobody's going to say it's right. Nobody's going to say that it's right.
You know, I don't care about character shippings and all that. I don't really care for it. I've never cared about
Your
it.
girlfriend, he's muddying the waters. No, like, most people, unless they're a pedophile, can universally agree that as a minor, asking, like, adults for flirtatious, you know, signings or whatever, obviously the responsibility is on the adult to reject said request, which the adult in this case did, right? But you, like, most people are going to accept that that's bad to go do that as a minor, right?
If you ship 2 characters, cool for you. As long as it's not pedophilic or if it's not necrophilic or anything disgusting or nasty, go for it. Go ahead and ship whoever you want. That's just me. That's my
Who's asking for necrophilic ship it? That's weird.
take on that anyways. You know, I don't feel like it should be an issue, but, you know, for some people it is, and that's fine. Many people have different opinions on shipping and how you should treat voice actors and how you should treat them personally. Again, like I said before,
And also, I have yet to hear, like, a decent argument against necrophilia and why it is, like, not morally neutral, which it is, just to be clear.
Michael was upset, but I feel like he handled it the right way. Sticking on the topic of the live stream for a second here.
Should we do it, boys? Should we bring back the necrophilia debates?
A lot of people have been assuming as to how people manage to find my girlfriend's social media accounts, and it's not that hard to do, really, as a lot of people have pointed out. Even A. Lamau pointed it out.
If someone watched my short or anyone else's and went out of their way to find Michael's stream, find Rihanna's segment, and search for her username to find her account, that's entirely possible.
And many other people are saying the same thing, that it is possible that
Good. Okay, obviously, I would never actually... Obviously, I think it's a disgusting thing to do, but I could make an argument it's morally neutral and completely win the debate. Just to be clear. Just to be clear right now. I'm hiding my power level, okay? I could debate you into accepting that necrophilia is morally neutral. I could do that, and I choose not to. $2 from Will Is Me, our trap house. True! Best friend Will Is Me, top donator of the month, besides the cryptid guy. Actually, Will might be up there. Will might be up there. So Will is my ultra best friend.
he could have found it out through his stream, and that's what I was trying to mostly get at through the video. I wasn't trying to say that ALML sent all of these people after my girlfriend. That's not what I'm trying to say. If it came out that way, then I once again apologize for that. But many people have been...
So consent, like when we're talking about intercourse, we're talking about like two human beings, right? And when somebody is
of the many accusations towards her right now, as there are a lot of documents that are being made about her. I can't really talk much about it. I'm not going to defend her. I can't really defend her on anything that was being said. I love her very much, but...
You're sick? No, okay, I was joking. I'm obviously not a necrophile. I am a pyrophile, though. I gotta be honest. Just like when I see fire, Like, if somebody lights a candle, I have to excuse myself from the fucking room.
I can't defend her on some of those screenshots and some of the shit that was seen throughout those documents. I can't deny it. I can't try to, say that it's all fake and whatever, because she herself has even said at some point that it was in fact.
Pyrophiles are people who are like literally, if you look into like different paraphilias, you will find people attracted to everything. There are people who literally are sexually aroused by fire. If they just see fire, they like are turned on by it.
Real. So I don't really know what to think. And again,
and it's actually suggested that might be a motivation for certain arsonists.
Please do not go and harass her over any of it. I don't want this to make it seem like shifting the blame from Ayla Mao to my girlfriend and then to me. Like, I don't want it to seem like that at all, so please do not go harass her about it. I've even told her this in passing, that she has to face the music at some point, because I can't defend her on any of that, because she, like...
Wait, they made a Google Doc on his girlfriend? Wait, let's take a look at this. Next topic? Okay, is this like Click? You think you have a fucking remote? Next topic. Okay, so they made a doc on the 17-year-old who needs to be exposed. Wait, this is the other weird one I like to bring up. There's a paraphilia where you have an attraction to causing disasters. So, and the reason they found, there's only one confirmed case of this, and the reason they found it out is because in the 1920s, some Hungarian guy purposefully derailed a train, and years later, when they analyzed the pants that he was wearing the day he caused it, they found semen in the pants, like decades later. That's the only reason they know that exists. I'm not kidding. You can look that up. It's bizarre. Okay, I have to manually type in the URL because there's no Twitter post about it. Underscore FBU ZB. Fuck, dude. Z CU GD. Fuck me, dude. W G D. No. GD. I'm gonna get one of these wrong. Wait, and half it's cut out. It's cut off. You can't get the entire link. I think that's an X, is it not?
I said that.
I'm assuming that's an X. I'm too in it now. I need to do it. Yeah, surely there's a way to shorten this, but I know nothing about computers, so. Q E V N R N B U F, and then we're going to assume that that's X. Okay, and then E, and then G. Okay, so let's try this. Sorry, the file you requested does not exist. Okay, I got it wrong. Forget it. Maybe someone linked it, okay? Maybe someone linked it. Asura Kaslana. If I have to join the server to find it, whatever server that is, it's going to be like a pedophile server, so I'm probably not going to do that. Maybe it was linked in my inbox. Let's check. If Blurg linked this, he actually came in clutch. Is this it? Wait, I found it. Perfect. Great. I'm retarded. Cool. Thanks. I love my life. Just look at this guy's newest video.
Some of it, if not all of it, was true, because she kept on changing it, saying that was true, and then some of it was true. So even I don't know what's true and what's not. I've spoken to the victims of her, the victims that were groomed and everything by her and all of that. I've talked to them. I get where they're coming from. I get why they're upset. I get why they're, you know, enraged at her and they hate her. I get it. I understand. And I'm not one of those guys who are like, well, you shouldn't like hate on her and this and that. In my opinion, she, you know, she deserves to be hated, but not harassed. If you know what.
Okay, they made a doc on her. That's what I'm looking for. The doc that was made on her. Oh wait, that's a 2. Wait, so let's just replace it with a 2. Where I put X. I don't know how I got X from that. Unless it's cut off. Alright. F2 EG. Page not found. 1 G K N O B X M M B Q V underscore 4BL, and then you have F B U. Oh, the U wasn't capitalized. Got it. I did it. Okay, I only got one character wrong besides the where I guessed where it was cut off. I only got one character wrong. We got it, boys. We got it. Okay. Cool. Give me a sec. I just did it again. Dude, that's so cool. $2 from G's. Aiden, is everything okay? No, it's not okay. Okay, do you have to keep showing it, Google? Thanks. Thank you, Google. So fucking cool. Just like make all my personal information just randomly pop up, please. Thanks. There has to be like a plugin for browsers for like streamers that just like automatically hides personal shit. Hello everybody, Asura here. Today I want to share something that should have been released to the internet a while ago, specifically around late June of this year when it happened. The reason I didn't realize this information sooner was that me and others thought Rain would change for the better and stop her rude behavior. Wait, I'm sorry. Topics such as necrophilia, rape, racism, transphobic slurs, manipulation, cannibalistic language, and then this is a document about rude behavior. But recent drama between her and a YouTuber have proven otherwise, but that's neither here nor there. The reason I want to share the information you're about to see is because I can no longer live with this truth staying in the dark, and I feel the internet needs to be aware of who the real Rihanna is. This whole situation has been a giant mess of a rabbit hole, but I'll start with how this all started in the first place. This all started around mid-June, roughly on the 17th or 18th, when a popular MD YouTuber named Crisis Drone, also known as Robotomy, posted an expose video on a VA named Cash on behalf of the requested Rihanna. The next day, Crisis made a post stating that we all were unfortunately manipulated by Rain and Cash, by Rain, and that Cash was indeed innocent. This information was brought about after Cash sent a doc exposing the truth of everything Rain did to him, proving his innocence. Now, the only reason... Yeah, by the way, I didn't fall for the dumb 17-year-old act. Like, yeah, I said this person's incredibly manipulative, just to be clear, but that was obvious to everyone who's, like, not the people in that community that had initially seen the expose and decided that A. Lamau was, like, guilty of something. Can someone tell me who Rihanna is? Because I really am thinking about the artist. I don't know, the person we're covering. The furry, the... Okay, just rewatch the whole segment. I can't help you there, I'm sorry. I can't help you there, I'm sorry. I saw Crisis post. I was very disappointed in the news that I heard as the boss of the project and owner of a server with many vulnerable individuals, I decided to remove Rain from my project for the safety of everyone and for the integrity of the project itself. In the evidence provided below, you will see that she did not take this very well at all and responded in the most vile, disgusting way possible. What do you guys think the response is going to be? This, like, manipulative fucking 17-year-old that tried to paint Ayla Mao as, like, some kind of pedo because he made a video objectively describing a situation. What do you think? How do you think this person is going to handle being rejected from a job? Okay, that's not that bad. Guys, we've been tricked. Rain manipulated us into believing Enchilada Horse was the perpetrator of this situation, when in reality she was, I don't know what her original... Okay. Oh, that fucking bitch? You gotta be kidding me. Is everyone just retarded? Whoa, calm down. You don't want to say anything crazy. It's like that meme. Does anyone have that meme where it's like Discord users like posting the most like safe, edgy jokes, and people are like, whoa! Stop that! You hit a goal? What? Oh, my thing was delayed. Sorry. We're $21 away from Streamly Gold. You guys are insane. If you want to be my best friend forever, you could give us money and we could develop a parasocial relationship. I knew you would eventually see my comment. The truth hurts, Rihanna. This whole situation hurts me more than you understand. I didn't want to let you go. I thought you were a cool person, to be honest, but you let your emotions get the better of you. Oh, so now you are also being retarded. Girl, your insults mean nothing to me. I'm trying to have a civil conversation here. You're actually so fucking stupid and retarded if you were calling me a manipulator. This, by the way, keep in mind, this is a previous situation that we have no knowledge of, but the specific details that were emphasized in their allegation against Ayla Mao just demonstrate this person knew exactly what to say to make the allegation hit harder. They are a manipulative person. There that pride go, you know, excessive pride is a sin, right? Right, but because he said stop harassing me, I think he's an F slur and should go. What the fuck? Wait, you mean to tell me that like the fucking woke like furry Twitter artist with like pronouns in bio that's talking about like he was harassing transphobic minors because he like made a video objectively describing an uncomfortable situation in private is telling people to go back to Africa? Excuse me? Huh? Huh? The burn... Okay, I don't know what that means. That feels like it's some kind of slur or derogatory. I don't know what that means. I don't care. They say he should go shift back to picking cotton. Oh my god, dude. What is wrong with this person? Holy shit, dude. It's just like, this is like not like, in terms of like what people say online, it's like, this isn't like the most extreme I've seen, obviously, but the person that's saying it is what makes this so unexpected. It's like your MCYT type, like she/they fucking all the diagnoses in bio, fucking talking about, you objectively covering a situation is causing harassment against transgender minors of color in wheelchairs. And it's like, in private, this same person is telling someone they should go back to picking cotton. Quiet, please. The adult is talking. You were young. Shut up and go back to selling drugs. Yo, you is insane. It's a shame. I saw you like family, you know. Everyone in the .v server is like family to me. I wanted nothing more than for you to be a part of this project and help us. And you should go back to your own country? What is... Huh? And by the way, they're gonna do the, oh, well, this was out of anger. I say tons of things out of anger, but the first thing when I'm angry, like when you're angry, that means like your filter is being bypassed by the pure emotion, and you're saying actual like underlying thoughts. right? Or to not underlying thoughts. It can be like for example, if you tell someone I hate you out of anger, it doesn't mean you actually hate them, but in that moment, that's the feeling you have towards them. But it's like when you're angry, the first thing your mind goes to is to start degrading people for their fucking race. That's like a huge tell. That's like a huge tell about like what kind of person you are. And you should go back to your insane asylum. Okay, this person was institutionalized, probably BPD. Got it. Where you belong because you're not well in the head. You realize you're fucking yourself up talking like this. You're literally proving what everyone said to be true. Aw, thank you. You flatter me too much. Oh, honey, I'm only acting this way because you've all pushed me to my limit. They think they're like some fucking anime character. This is so pathetic, dude. You tell me I'm getting deported every time you get it. I'm not out of anger. Not out of anger, okay? You also, like, accuse me of, like, controlling the Federal Reserve, to be clear. I will happily go back to Africa if a white person finds it. Finds Africa? Huh? Oh, funds it, you mean. Y'all brought us here, so take us back. Okay, I don't think this is the argument you want to make, but I would not be making the send me back argument if I were you. Just, or I guess that's you have a right to that, actually. You have a right to that. Listen, Taya, if you go to Africa, I will come with you, okay? I'll come. I'm 2% African, okay? I will come with you. I'll return to the motherland. Thank you. You flatter me too much. Oh, honey, I'm only... Oh, wait, I already read that. I'm going to enjoy the day when I eventually kill each and every single one of you. Oh my god, dude. This seems like a very, like, stable person. And destroy all of your mentalities, whether I have to eat... What does the rest of that say? We know that there's mentions of cannibalism here. Oh, wait, here it is. Whether I have to eat your flesh or not, I'm going to enjoy killing you all and committing mass genocide when that day comes. Excuse me? Huh? Why is your mind when you're angry at someone? Dude, I was not expecting this. They're like, oh yeah, they were being a bit rude. They're like threatening to eat these people and commit genocide against them. Excuse me? Dude, is that gonna be like the new, like... Is that gonna be like the new threat meta? You're just gonna like start threatening to cannibalize one guys? $2 from G's. Calm down, Aiden. Excuse me. I don't really like you telling me to calm down. Have you considered that human tastes like veal and I'm hungry for veal, so I'm gonna eat you? Have you considered that? Dumpy Raid? Yo, what's up, Dumpy Raiders? Sorry, I didn't see you were live. It's okay. No worries, bro. Why are you ignoring Dumpy? I'm not... duh. Why are you ignoring the guy whose comment you just read? Duh. I'm Toki. Rihanna, please tell me you're joking and that you don't mean that. Please, for your own safety. You are all going to die soon, and I'll be sure I'm the one who causes you all pain and torture. You thought it hurt mentally? I can promise you one thing. I'm gonna hurt more. It's gonna hurt more physically when I crush your skulls under my foot and use my dad's Glock on you. Holy fuck. Why? This is the problem as well. Like, the dad. Why does the dad have a gun in the house, if this is true? Parents are like, oh yeah, my kid is talking about like cannibalizing and like crushing people's skulls and killing them online. I'm just gonna like leave my Glock out. I know people use safe or should be using safes, but I'm just gonna like put it in my drawer. The drawer they know where it's in. I'm just gonna throw it in there. Just got your lost. So this person made basically, to summarize it for everyone who's just tuning in, this YouTuber who I used to know, he's now big or whatever, Alamal, covered a situation where this Rihanna person was asking a voice artist for some flirtatious message written on the autograph signing stream. The voice artist refused, was uncomfortable by that. And then A. Lamau made a video covering generally that this artist is receiving generally requests, like requests in general that are making them uncomfortable, that are flirtatious, without naming the specific individual. Now, this specific individual comes out with a essay on A. Lamau about how he's she's getting a ton of harassment now, even though her name isn't mentioned, and that she is fucking, people are harassing her, people are harassing some transgender person, and A. Lamau is contributing to the harassment of minors and putting underage people in danger, okay, because he made a video objectively covering a situation that this minor is, like, somehow linked to. They're 17, by the way, first of all, I don't believe they were harassed. Second of all, they provided no proof of that either. So actually, I'm not even going to accept it as factual. But the things they emphasized within that message were incredibly manipulative to make an allegation of, oh, this guy made a video that kind of like brings attention to something that I did, and people might figure out that I did that or whatever. It turned into this guy's a danger to kids. And then this minor's boyfriend made an attack video on her behalf where he omitted certain details, like the fact that the minor actually was one of the people asking for flirtatious requests from the voice artist. Now it's been exposed that this minor potentially has a history of manipulating in the context of allegations, and when being called out for that manipulation by one of their former friends, they start talking about sending people back to Africa, telling them to go pick cotton, okay? Threatening to cannibalize people, crush their skulls open, and shoot them. Now, I apologize for what you just read. I know that was absolutely fucking disturbing for you all to read, and you can only imagine how me and my friends felt after she said that horrible, deplorable stuff. But it only gets worse. Everyone, before I move on, I want you all to notice the language she uses. I'm going to enjoy the day when I kill each and every single one of you and destroy all of your mentalities. That's a very oddly specific threat for someone. It's not that specific, to be clear, to say, don't you think? I mean, why would someone who's been through harassment, been on the verge of suicide several times, been such an advocate for mental health and is very sensitive to self-harm, say such a thing to me without second thought? For her to use language like that and go into such detail tells me she meant every word of what she said, and that it indeed wasn't, well, no, it was anger talking, but it was that anger talking doesn't mean that's not the way she actually feels. She's only being open and honest about it because she's angry. I'm not a psychologist, but that's pretty sociopath. Okay, this person is probably not a sociopath. Sociopathic behavior. And I went out of my way to actually talk to my own personal therapist about this, and even they agreed with me that that is sociopathic. Okay, this could be, there are a lot of things that are sociopathic behavior that wouldn't make you a sociopath as a result. And also, I think per the Goldwater, like, therapists can't provide diagnoses of people they're not seeing, that are not part of their clientele. Also, I want to mention how she made light out of harassing Cash by saying it in a mocking way with the, he said stop harassing me before immediately being racist as fuck. It's so fucking ironic when compared to the current events of the A. Lamau situation, because the same thing she's complaining about happening with people harassing her is the same thing that she did to Cash without a second thought, and even joked about it before backing that shit up with racism. When she's harassed, it's woe me and I deserve to be pampered, but when someone else is harassed directly by her, she doesn't give a single fuck, which is absolutely insane. Notice how prideful she is in the SS, and how she thinks she's better than people, and look at what she said in the comments of the A. Lamau call-out video her boyfriend made. Whoa. And you'll see the clear relation. Do you really think I enjoy this? Because I don't. And Cash told me to get rid of the video. Don't. I want to see him be humiliated. I thought it's just about apologizing. No, an apology is not enough from him. I want to see him beg and cry like a whiny little bitch for mercy from me. I mean, I can understand the sentiment sometimes, I guess, but I'm like, how do we go from like, I'm just an innocent, sad little minor that you're bringing harassment to by covering a situation without directly mentioning me. I'm just a sad little minor on the internet to, no, an apology is not enough from him. I want to see him beg and cry like a whiny little bitch for mercy from me. How do we, This person is insanely manipulative, just to be clear. They'll play whatever role they need to. Saw your community post, and all I gotta say is I hate you. I hate all of you who side with you and the retard, and if I end up becoming a serial killer or cannibal one day, I'll make sure that you're the first ones to be dissected and eaten whole. This seems to be a go-to threat for this person, but something tells me they're probably like, they're either incredibly obese or they're like super underweight and they're 5 foot. Like, good luck with that. You were fired. You were shameful. Like, I care, F slur. The next batch of evidence comes from a close friend that is also part of my project I mentioned earlier. In this evidence, Rain deliberately makes up false information on her and makes a huge and dangerous lie by saying Grim Teddy, another project member, and close friend of mine, and Vanilli said that Vanilli is a manipulator behind her back. Not only is it very fucked up to put words that was not said into someone's mouth behind their back, but trying to ruin a friendship by making false allegations is beyond shitty and petty to do, and caused by some very unnecessary tension between friends that should not have happened in the first place. Warning! Necrophilia and rape. I'm sorry, but after what I just seen from a post, I will not say I can't be your friend anymore. I'm so sorry, but I just can't. After knowing what truly happened, the lies you told, I can't. I've kind of heard stuff about you, so I don't really care. You do you, hun. Hold on, what do you mean, stuff about me? Yeah. You heard me. I got people saying you were manipulative as well. So you can't exactly put all the blame on me when you're exactly what you were calling me. May I ask for proof of me being manipulative? Grim Teddy told me so. That is not proof, Rain. It is proof someone told me you were, you twat. Do you even deserve proof? I don't think you don't deserve proof. Dude, this is run speak. I hate run speak. Listen, I know the truth, and you don't deserve to see it. Or, you don't even deserve my attention in a debate. Hi, Nevergoon. Yes, I think I do deserve some proof after all. I want to know if you're making false allegations against my friend Grim. Nope. Okay, so I think you're lying about what Grim said. You can't be mad at me. I tried to end it on a good note, but you're trying to be rude by making fake allegations against my friend. Okay, so I think you were lying about what... Okay, wait. Anyways, I can't wait to come on Cash's corpse one day and piss on his grave. Most normal online miner. I trusted you, but you lied and manipulated that trust. I was willing to go through so much to protect you, only to find you lied, and you were still here trying to make fake stuff about me, my friends, my family. Cash didn't do anything wrong. I pray to God that you get some help because you so desperately need it. If he didn't do anything wrong and keeps whining, I'm going to give him a reason to whine when I... Okay, that's insane. It's not going to matter to me when he'll already be dead when I get my hands on him. Rain is really being a villainess here, trying to manipulate my friend Vanilli into thinking her close friend is making false allegations about her. This is the same person who went online and criticized a YouTuber for using an out-of-context clip that made her look bad, when here she is making up false information to make two people look bad while trying to break up a friendship. The irony and hypocrisy is real. Okay, I think we're beyond hypocrisy being the problem right now. We've moved beyond... The problem here is the hypocrisy. I think we're past that at this point, but thank you. The fact she was on the verge of committing just seems like absolute bull to me when taking into account how she so easily and openly talks about committing mass genocide. Okay, that she could also be suicidal, but I doubt it. I'm more inclined to believe that she used that prospect to manipulate, because this seems like a super manipulative person that would do that. Talking about committing mass genocide, breaking down people mentality, committing necrophilia, and unconsensual sex, to be more specific. She said that shit to multiple people. Does this sound like the same person who's on Twitter? No, obviously not. She filled that role to play victim and be manipulative. Advocating for minors' safety and well-being, because it absolutely doesn't to me, especially when the person she was talking about doing that to was a minor themselves. It's very disturbing because real serial killers have done Okay, we don't need the... If you look at a previous history, this person is not a serial killer. They're just an unhinged person online. What all of her behavior online sounds like to me is a girl on the internet who cannot take the energy she dishes out, If you're shitty to people, if you are a shitty to people and constantly do fucked up shit to people multiple times without remorse, then naturally karma is gonna come bite you in the ass. I don't care if you believe in God or not. That's just a simple fact of how reality works, which is something Rain doesn't want to accept. Harassment absolutely sucks for all parties involved, but she's been on the internet long enough to know how to simply turn notifications off, or better yet, delete social apps entirely for a little while. So she won't have to be, so she won't have to worry about seeing mean comments at all. Mean comments, by the way, that we don't actually know whether or not they occurred. Many YouTubers do this when the internet gets too intense, but for someone like Rain, who says horrible shit to people all the time, she needs to find a better way to deal with it. The next piece of evidence are from... Okay, I'm gonna go pee really quick. The person is... True. This person has bodies in the floorboards. By the way, folks, if you want more necrophilia allegation readings, we are currently $17 away from hitting Streamly goal. Can we do it? Can we do it? That you guys would be insane if we did it. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry, just thought I'd play my favorite song during my pee break, okay? Bro, I have kidneys like a fucking horse, dude. Alright. Alright. Let's get back into it. Speak up? Speak up? You speak up, lil bro. Cultural appropriation? Culturally appropriate yourself. Okay. The next piece of evidence are from Cash, one of the first victims of Rain's behavior. This interaction took place after Rain was called out for being a manipulator. Please pay attention as she speaks in comparison to how she's acting to one of her longest standing victims compared to how she treated A. Lamau. You certainly cared a few hours ago. Sorry that was unneeded. I guess I should be thanking you for taking a few jobs off my hands. I know exactly what you were doing. You weren't this snappy and sassy when my mom was on the phone. Watch your tone. You were not tough. I meant I didn't care if you liked me or not. You took things across the line. Look, I apologized, and that should be all. I've deleted everything, and I don't care about your mom. Now, can you go away? Because that's what you've been wanting for a while now. I've done what you wanted / asked for. That sounds like a very genuine apology, probably. The posts were all deleted just now. That's why I'm still here. Like I said, I want nothing to do with you. I'm only here because you haven't made a public apology for me and everyone else you've done these things to. Can't I just, like, ignore everybody or just apologize privately? And wouldn't a public apology just make it worse? Yeah, because this person does not want to admit wrongdoing. They're, like, incredibly, like, obsessed with, like, maintaining a certain, like, public image. I'm not saying this person's a sociopath, but we're probably dealing with some kind of personality disorder. $5 from G's. Cash. Sounds familiar? Why'd you ask me that question? P.S. It doesn't take 2 hours to delete some posts and apologize this and try your best to change. Huh, you're actually being somewhat nice and encouraging for once to me. What are you talking about? I already deleted that. Try refreshing. God damn it, hold on. I generally don't care. Maybe I didn't make it clear before, but I do not care. All I want you just to get rid of the document, the post, and apologize publicly for what you've done. We will go our separate ways after you apologize. I've stated... Okay, so after, like, it had been... After a document had been exposed vindicating Cash, this Rihanna person was lashing out at everybody, but now it seems like they're acknowledging that Cash was falsely accused because they're trying to remain compliant with his requests. Aiden, read my dono? Sorry, I missed it. Sorry, my bad. Did you donate? Was it on Streamlabs? No. Let me scroll up a little bit. Aiden, can we get a stream with you in South Africa? I know people that live there, but I don't know if I'm going there anytime soon. It takes a few refreshes. That's fine. Done. You're so annoying. Okay, so this is after this person had just like falsely accused him and allegedly, and she's acting like he's a burden to her. Even though when initially pressed on said false accusation, this person responded by threatening to cannibalize and eat people. Tends to happen when I work too much in the quote-unquote cotton fields. We get a little annoying in Africa when you try and tie race into things like this. Again, I wouldn't be like, if it ended a while ago, karma's a bitch, you should have known better, no pun intended. Oh, haha, very funny, you are hilarious. I've done it now. I can still see it. It's still up on your Twitter. What is up on Twitter? Your posts. Is it the alt or main one? Main. I'm actively watching it as we speak. That's a different account on a different computer. I'll get it. There. Can you block me on all platforms now? I really don't like you. Just because I apologize doesn't mean I like you. This is after she had falsely accused him and got annoyed that the false accusation was debunked and told him to go back to the cotton fields. No, that's not the time. You're stalling. You've said far worse shit to me and you're worried about being accused of being transphobic. No, Jalen, I'm asking. You read it. No, I wasn't, because that's the kind of what people are assuming. And by people, I mean my friends. This person is worried that people are assuming they're transphobic after they literally said to somebody they believe was black, they told this person to go back to Africa and go back to the cotton fields. But they're worried about being transphobic. It's almost like you're being held accountable for the fucked up shit you did. This is somebody who's not genuinely remorseful, by the way. Initially, when pressed on their false accusation, they deny it and lash out at everybody. Now they realize that they made a false accusation, and they're acting annoyed that they have to actually, like, go and, like, deal with it. No, this person is much more malicious and manipulative than Jalen. Okay, I get it. You don't have to rub in my face. You're so demanding. You know what you did. I have every right to be demanding. You're stalling last second. Cut the bullshit. Saying shit like get on your knees and beg. Fuck that. I don't care how demanding I come off. You did this shit to yourself. The burnt cigarette head would be so demanding if you'd left this alone. Please get to it and we will leave you alone after you apologize publicly like you planned. Dude, I get it. It's already deleted. I already deleted the stuff on Blue Sky and I'm going on Twitter now. Great. Keep it going. This is Cash. Thank you for acknowledging what happened. I only got my mother involved because you let it out to be this far. Please do not interact with me going forward. If we ever work together, I will leave it at that, but do not interact with me. I'm sorry for my prideful behavior. It wasn't just prideful. You told this guy, excuse me? You made threats against his life, told him to go back to the cotton fields. I'm sorry for being prideful. I understand that I should have just moved on. I'm just so sorry. I know I didn't mean to say all that. I've just had the unfortunate habit of saying stuff like that due to how my parents are. Okay, so now, like, diffusing all blame and responsibility. I know that's no justification or excuse for what I said. Well, you've included it in the apology as a justification excuse. I can only hope that you can forgive me for my ugly behavior and how I've been acting towards you. I'll delete the document, the tweets. Just know this was my fault, and I know I should have people defending my actions because I'm no longer a baby. I only wish that I could be left alone by everyone. Okay, these are presented out of order, it looks like. This is to begin with, and then this is as they continue. I'm sure the sound of my voice won't make you wet. Also, don't ever say this again, please. My mom sent... Excuse me? I think this is in the context of this person talking about, like, getting wet over his corpse or something. They're like, well, hearing my voice won't, as, like, the mom's voice, as if, like, that's gonna scare them. But, like, that... Huh? It's not really a great... Okay. I feel weird when other people sexualize me. You were talking about coming over this guy's corpse. I don't care about any of this writing. My mental illnesses, my parents, accountability. This is like somebody who's not sorry. Okay. Well, this person's a psycho. A. Lamel was vindicated. Let's see how the boyfriend tries to sweep for her.
So even I don't know what's true and what's not. I've spoken to the victims of her, the victims that were groomed and everything by her and all of that. I've talked to them. I get where they're coming from. I get why they're upset. I get why they're, enraged at her and they hate her. I get it. I understand.
Wait, so now there's grooming allegations against this person as well.
I'm not one of those guys who are like, well, you shouldn't, hate on her and this and that. In my opinion, she deserves to be hated, but not harassed, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
this guy's still also referring to her as his girlfriend. They haven't broken up over this. This guy's so, mind raped.
That's just what I think, and I'm not discouraging the people the victims or anything. I'm not trying to make it sound like that because they have every right to be upset at her. I'm not saying that at all. They have every right in the world to be upset. I was, and I still am pretty upset about it. As to why I still continue to date her despite all of that. That's a completely other story. Because to me, and she told me that yes, all of it is true, and I've admitted to it, and I said sorry and all of that. But the victims are claiming that it's half baked. So I can't for right now anyway say much about it. But I figured I should at least talk about it a little bit. But like I said before, please do not go harass her over it. You can hold her responsible, but please do not harass her. That's all I ask. And there are a few screenshots.
What does that mean?
That were sent to me by somebody they wish to remain anonymous from apparently. From people that were harassing her. People have.
Oh, she left this herself. Wait, wait. How did they get that screenshot so quick? Wait, 0 seconds ago? Dude, there's no... 0 seconds ago. She was just sitting there and refreshed conveniently right at that moment and screenshot it. Dude, what are we doing? Dude. 0 seconds ago.
Pointed out that they both say 0 seconds ago, so these could be fake. I'm not going to confirm.
They're fake. They're obviously fake. She realized nobody was actually harassing her, and she still has this desperate need to paint herself as the victim. So she literally is so dumb. She left these fake. Dude, this person is a lolcow in the making. This person is a lolcow in the making.
So take that with a grain of salt. I think personally the thing that hit me hard the most in the worst way possible were the few people that were trying to accuse me of being a pedophile for some reason. I don't know how that works in your logic. I'm 17, she's 17. In Texas, the age of consent is 17. And in Indiana, where I'm from, the age of consent is 16.
Oh, but I thought she was just some little minor that was being harassed.
And we're both 17. So where the fuck are you getting the pedophile shit from, you fucking morons? I don't get that. People might say that it's rage bait, but
one guy that messaged
that's
you
the worst rage bait that you could possibly do without any actual evidence or anything. Anyways, getting back on topic, A. Lamau did end up apologizing.
Where I made a mistake was in regards to the clip I used. The stream was a 4-hour stream, and the discourse I saw around it was on TikTok. Here is the exact TikTok I used, and here's my computer downloads folder showing.
He apologized for getting some irrelevant piece of context not included, right? It was the most he didn't apologize in regards to the giant fucking allegations you guys made against.
It was indeed the one I used. The only thing I've changed is I cropped out the little progress bar at the bottom so it looks cleaner, and I removed the dead air segments where Michael isn't talking. During that
By the way, folks, we're 13 away from Streamly goal. If you want to support us, as always, help us hit goal this stream. I will have a big smile on my face. I rub my hands together and go deposit my money into the bank to be later used for illicit activities that will be exposed probably in 3 years' time. You could support us by doing that. Another way to support us is by liking and subscribing.
Here, I just wrote this. Your character is a bunny. So I wrote, there's only for one bunny on these parts. Or something simple. Okay, I'm fine. I just need to rap. Don't worry. Okay. I'm not actually frustrating.
Search that. In YouTube Shorts, I can't do that, but it's completely valid to say.
As stated earlier, I had no idea that you could even edit it if you even can. Then again, I know nothing about sending requests to VAs for them to sign.
Yeah, but your girlfriend knew it was edited because she's the one that did it, and she conveniently left that out in her initial claims. She lied to you by omission, and then had you go fight her war based on that lie on her behalf, and this is somebody with a history of being manipulative in the context of allegations.
Stuff. I have no idea how any of that works. I had no idea that there was even another one that I think she might have sent in or that she edited until A. Lamau made the video talking about it, so I can't really say much on that. Why didn't you wait a couple of days or even a week, giving A. Lamau enough time to respond to your girlfriend's message? I had no idea that she even DM'd him on Twitter until after I posted my video.
So she had no role in this, right? If she did have a role in this, she literally set you up to fail, just so you know.
Comments that are the purpose.
The fact, the fact you haven't broken up with her after everything that's come out is just, absurd. I don't like to police other people's relationship. Well, actually, I do like to do that. I think I do know what's best for your relationship. I know when you should break up, and you should break up.
Of informing people on the wrongdoings from your side? No, because if I did that, that would make things look more bad for me. Plus, that would be seeming like that I'm shutting people down and I'm not giving people the freedom of speech to say what they want about the situation. So that would just look more bad.
Okay, so apparently a new video was released, and he has apparently come out 37 fucking minutes. Okay. Okay.
Well, time to talk about this fucking cunt.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Wait, hold on. I gotta go into red mode. One sec. We gotta go into red mode for this. Dude, initiate red mode. Alright, we're in red mode, folks.
So this video wasn't really made under pressure or anything. That's kind of the first thing that I want to say right off the bat. But this video is about my now ex-girlfriend, Rihanna Delian VA, and just how much of a fucking wild card she was, and how much of a fucking insane person she is. However, I cannot go over everything across all 4 documents in this one video, as there is way too much
4 documents?
to cover. But of course,
wait, so the document we saw was not the only document against this person. So far, we know that they have lied by omission in the context of making allegations against people to portray them as a danger to minors, allegedly lied about various other allegations, and then when pressed on it, used racist rebuttals, telling them to go back to Africa and stuff, threatened people's lives, and threatened to eat them, okay? Fucking acted like it was an inconvenience to have to apologize when they actually did seemingly acknowledge their allegation was fake. And apparently, there are 3 other documents we haven't gotten to. This person's only 17. How are you 17? You have 4 documents written on you already.
I'll be linking them.
This person's gonna be a maniac as an adult when they turn 18. Like this, dude. This person is like the world is not ready for this.
Down in the description below, and I will of course be showing the most detrimental parts of all.
Thank you, Autism420 with the $2. Red mode activate. True.
This because it's all fucked up and insane. Let me start off with the racism shit because it's fucking awful. Oh, that fucking bitch. You gotta be kidding me. Is everyone just retarded? Whoa, calm down. You don't want to say anything crazy that will get you in trouble. Robotomy said that you manipulated him into making that vid. There that pride go. You know excessive pride is a sin, right? Right, but because he said, stop harassing me, I think he's a faggot and he should go back to Africa. You're talking about Cash? I'm confused. The burnt cigarette head. Yeah. Oh my god, you're racist. You must be an Aries or something because you have no filter. I don't care. Laugh my ass off. He should just go shift back to picking cotton. What the fuck? How the...
Wait, I didn't see the Aries. Dude, can we just like make astrology like illegal? Oh, this is giving Pisces. It's giving Pisces as they're like telling you to like go back to picking cotton. What?
How did I fucking date this bitch? Someone who's like 15. Shut the fuck up.
How did I date? Just to be clear, I'm glad the guy has seen the light, but you knew about this like 2 days ago.
If you like...
sorry, you knew about this days prior.
Ash, your opinions are invalid to me. Quiet, please. The adult is talking. You're young. Shut the fuck up and go back to selling drugs. Yo, you was insane. It's shame. I saw you like family, you know? Everyone in the DOTV server is like family to me. I wanted nothing more than for you to be a part of this project and help us. And you should go back to your own country. And you should go back to your insane asylum where you belong because you're not well in the head. You realize you're fucking yourself up talking like this. You're literally proving what everyone has said to be true. Aw, thank you. You flatter me too much. Oh, honey, I'm only acting this way because you pushed me to my limit. This was all your fault and it always will be for me. My fault? How? I did nothing. And I'm going to enjoy the day when I eventually kill each and every single one of you and destroy all of your mentalities. Whether I have to eat your...
This person is insane. This has got to be like the most like... This is a lolcow in the making. This has got to be like one of the most like unhinged fucking people I've covered so far. Like to be 17 years old with 4 separate documents on you to this extent, like I would not be surprised if this person has a Kiwi Farms threat on them soon. Like holy fuck.
Or not, I'm going to enjoy killing all of you and committing mass genocide when that day comes. Rihanna, please tell me you're joking and that you don't mean that. Please, for your own safety. You're all gonna die soon, and I'll be sure I'm the one who causes all the pain and torture. You thought it hurt mentally? I promise you one thing. It's going to hurt more physically when I crush your skulls under my foot and use my dad's Glock on you. Sorry, I'm sorry. I can't take this shit fucking serious.
The performative fucking laughing is so annoying. He's 17. I'll give him a break. Okay, I'll give him a break.
God damn. Saw your community post and all I gotta say is I hate you. I hate all of who side with you and the retard. And if I end up becoming a serial killer or a cannibal one day, I'll make sure that you're the first ones to be deceased and eaten whole. Good luck with that. You're fired. You are shameful. Like I care, faggot retard. Okay, I'm just genuinely tired of this. You made a mistake and you should have no reason making it public that you were in the wrong since you had no issue making it public about you harassing me and the others. I will leave it at this for the sake of you and I. You can apologize privately and just go on about your life.
Keep in mind, just remember, right? Just remember that all this anger is like them being asked to walk back allegations that they ultimately had to admit were fake and walked back anyway. So, this anger, they're being angry that they're being inconvenienced at having to like correct their false allegation, or what was allegedly a false allegation. We haven't really gotten into the details of that in particular. Like, this is insane behavior.
And career. But this alone shows you haven't changed. Your attitude, your hesitance, your stalling, it goes to show that this didn't matter one bit to you. I will let you continue down your own path. I don't want you interacting with me ever or harassing anyone else like this in the future. Have a good day. Okay. P.S. It doesn't take 2 hours to delete some post and apologize. Learn from this and try your best to change. Huh. You're actually somewhat nice and encouraging to me for once. Why can't you apologize to us on YouTube? Because I specifically said that I wasn't going to get the
You're
situation.
being nice to me for once. You've literally just threatened to ma'am, you've just threatened to cannibalize this guy. You don't get to do the, well, you're never nice. You've just threatened to, like, cannibalize this guy. I don't understand, like, what the, okay.
Any more attention. Even he didn't want to see any more posts of me covering that. This ain't about him. This is about me and all the other people you threatened. And he did say that I didn't have to publicly apologize. Stop it. You know what I mean. This is beyond him now. You disrespected my family and friends. I thought you guys did actually care for him, though.
So this person's biggest concern, and it shows you, like, how, like, superficial they are as an individual. This person is not genuinely concerned that they had, like, made this false allegation. Their concern is that they might have to publicly apologize, that, like, the accountability aspect of this would have to be public and hurt their image. Like, it shows you just how, like, fake of an individual this is. I mean, yeah, as I said before, I know that they're only 17, but, like, the behavior they're exhibiting, you can see it amongst adults, is like, it's like this person is going to be a menace to, like, anyone they encounter. Like a total menace.
I mean, that's the whole reason why you hate me, is it not? Why wouldn't you care about someone you defend? Look at you. Look at you. Look at you turning this. Look at you. Look at you turning this on me. Of course I care about him. This was about him until you threatened to kill me and other people. Stop changing the damn subject. How romantic of you, /sarcasm. Okay, so I think you are lying about what Grim said. You can't be mad at me. I tried to end it on a good note, and you're trying to be rude by making fake allegations against my friend. Anyways, I can't wait to come on Cash's corpse one day and piss on his grave, hearts. If he didn't do anything wrong and keeps whining, I'm gonna give him a reason to whine when I rape his corpse. Rape allegation. Punishable.
Dude, this is like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
By law in any state, it's not going to matter to me when he'll already be dead when I get my hands on him. For the record, all of these screenshots are from the new document.
Yo! Oh, I already read that. Never mind.
That was released a couple of days ago. And
we're $11 from Streamly Gold, folks. If we hit it, you guys would be. I will giggle. Okay, I'll let a little giggle. I'll let a little tee-hee. Okay, just for you, just for helping us do that. You'll be my best friend.
From the old one that I saw all the way back in March. Now we come to the obvious question. Why did you still date her after knowing all of this stuff? Well, it's a very complicated answer. For one, I had no idea about the necrophilic shit and all of the racism stuff. All of that is on the new document, not the old one. So why did you still date her despite knowing everything you knew from the old document? My honest response to that? She never showed any signs of anything like that when I was with her or when she was in my server.
Look, I'm gonna give this kid a break, okay? His girlfriend seems, we know, is an incredibly manipulative person, right? And obviously, the maturity of 17-year-olds is going to vary depending on, depending on the 17-year-old or whatever. It's totally, even though they were the same age, it's totally plausible that she was manipulating him. And as long as he's acknowledging, it now, like I'm not going to be too harsh on him, right?
Showed no signs of anything of that nature, which made me believe that she had truly changed. Plus, in a public live stream, she said that all of it was true and that she had apologized and she was planning to move on from all of it.
Because majority of people, when they hear about this type of stuff, they're gonna defend themselves, obviously.
Oh, of course she fucking sounds like that, dude. Of course, they always sound like this. Of course that's what she sounds like, man.
But, like, they never actually own up to their actions, and that's what I was, trying to do whenever that document was created at the time. And I already did that, but, a ton of people, they like to bring it back up. They like to kind of, like, raise it from the dead, I suppose. But in the end, I'm just like, hey, I admitted that what I did was wrong, and I am learning to improve myself.
What this person did was insane, okay? You can't, like, move on from that, like, and they're expecting, like, the internet to just, like, move on in a few months. Like, people get, like, made fun of constantly for shit they did that was, like, way less than what it is, like, that you've done, what it is that you've said. Like, you can't just, like, why are people still bringing this up? I'm trying to change. They don't owe you anything here. I'm gonna sound like a, like a nail polish emoji. They don't owe you anything, but it's, like, true. It actually is just, like, true. You're not owed anything. You're the one who did something that was wrong. And if you were actually sorry, you would understand why people are not just gonna fucking move on in the way you think they should, right?
And I have been improving myself. So,
And me being the naive little prick that I am who believes in redemption and can believe that some people, not all, but some people can change, I was under the impression that she had changed for the better. And that seemed to be the case because during the 3 months that I dated her...
And by the way, I can appreciate valuing redemption, right? I'm not saying that people are like somebody should be like irreparably bad as a result of this, especially considering that she's 17. But the behavior she's exhibited, you also have to assess the motivation and what type of person would perpetrate that behavior. And based on what we've seen from her, she seems like somebody that would be unlikely to change. Not impossible, but you know, if I had personally known her, to believe she had changed, she would need to be going to like extraordinary lengths to like verify or exhibit that change. I'm not just going to accept her saying I've changed, right? Especially when I know that her actions are indicative of somebody who's incredibly manipulative and willing to lie to get their way. I obviously am not just going to like believe them when they say that they've just like changed.
Fight, we didn't argue, there was no drama between her or anyone else that I knew personally, so I was under the complete and 100 honest impression that she had changed. Looking back on it now, however, I believe the only reason why she was so nice and kind was that if she found out that me, you know, the guy that exposes everyone, caught wind of all of this, and she wasn't nice and kind, and she didn't say all those nice things, she would have been like, oh shit, now I'm fucked because the guy that exposes people is gonna expose me. I genuinely feel like that's what happened. That makes the most logical sense to me. I don't know, it's just really weird. Now we come to the part of the video where we talk about her first deleted response. She had made a full Google Doc going briefly into everything that was brought up against her, and she barely touched any of the subjects, and to me, this whole thing just seemed like a, oh, well, you know, this is why I did this, and this is why I did this type of response. This document will not have.
I was looking at something. My bad. Hold on. Manipulated by a 17-year-old girl is a good excuse. I'll remember that one. Well, no, he's also 17. He's also 17.
Any categories or parts, as I want to get straight to the point while writing this. No sugarcoating it. I've been hearing all of your pleas to respond to the allegations and accusations, and I'm here to give you an answer. However, all the users involved in this will be anonymous for the sake of not being harassed. Within the first short paragraph, she already is fucking up with this, because she immediately made it seem like—
Yo, thank you so much for the $3 from Soul Skibbity. Aiden, if I slid in and out of you and okay, I can't read. I cannot read that. But thank you for the $3. Something tells me that's not actually Soul Skibbity.
That she was required or forced into making this document, which is obviously not the case. Firstly, I want to address the accusations of me suicide baiting due to that one YouTuber short that featured me. I just want to say that I have more personal issues in wanting to commit suicide, which you will soon find out why. But no, this is not suicide baiting. Firstly, yes, I am responsible for saying slurs such as retard and faggot, and I still say them to this day. While I am able to claim these slurs as I am autistic and pansexual, I understand—
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. I'm like high functioning autistic, therefore I can reclaim it. No, you can't. You actually can't. Like, just accept that it's a word that people can use. If you're gonna still police it, then no, you being autistic and saying it does not like make you reclaim it, because that term, when used in like when invented to be used oppressively in the medical field, referred to people who were within a specific IQ range, right, due to developmental disabilities, and that wouldn't be applicable to high-functioning autism.
That it was very unprofessional of me to say those things in a state of mind where I was being accused—
It was unprofessional.
—of other stuff, which we will now move on to and discuss. Next is the accusation of me being racist. While I actually have nothing against people of color, as I'm quite literally am a Latina and Hispanic,
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Oh my... You understand that, like, you can be Hispanic and be racist against black people, right? You understand that, right? Like, what the fuck?
I understand that I should not have brought race into the conversation of me being confronted and making said racist remarks against him.
You didn't just bring race into the conversation. You actively used, like, insults against this person that are indistinguishable from what, like, fucking white supremacists and neo-Nazis say to black people.
By making unoriginal racist jokes. Oh, right, my bad. I forgot that just because you're Latina means that you can't be held responsible for being racist. Get the fuck out of here. This has also been an issue, as my mother's ex-boyfriend is quite literally racist by saying—
Dude, and then when she says she's Latina, can you imagine? It's like she has like one grandparent that's from Argentina or something. Like,
AIDS gang represent, okay?
She's like one grandparent from Chile. Soul Skibbity with the 10. Aiden, if I touch... Okay, I can't read that either. Thank you. Thank you so much for the 10. I cannot read that, but thank you.
The N-word constantly, and even adding the hard R at the end. Even as I've stated—
I actually, based on that message, I'm actually gonna start arranging a restraining order to be implemented.
several times that I'm not comfortable with hearing that word coming from a
don't just read them. I can't read them. Not only is it against TOS, but I'm not going to degrade myself and read about my... comments about my genitals. Okay, it's not happening. I'm not reading it. You would see someone being raped, and you'd be like, just comply. Just comply. Just give him what he wants.
black person. He might say it in terms of a joke, but it is not funny to me. It's unfortunate how his behavior has sadly passed down to me. Okay, so you're blaming your dad for being racist? That's not how that works. What the fuck? And I apologize for mine and his words. I love all of my black mutuals so much. And even adding a hard R at the end, even as I've stated several times that I'm not comfortable with hearing that word coming.
It's everything. Talking about them being underage when it benefits them. Talking about their fucking mental disabilities that nobody asked for. Talking about their parents. Talking about their mother's ex-boyfriend. What is your I was uncomfortable because my mother's ex-boyfriend was using the hard R. You're being accused of telling a black person to go back to Africa and start picking cotton after threatening to kill and cannibalize him. What is you being uncomfy, supposedly your mother's ex-boy? What does that have to do with anything?
AIDS gang represent, okay?
Yo, thank you for the 10, Soul Skibbity. Read my message before I touch your... I can't read that. You know I can't read that. You understand I cannot read that.
From a non-black person. He might say it in terms of a joke, but it is not funny to me. It's unfortunate how his behavior has sadly passed down to me. Okay, so you're blaming your dad for being racist? That's not how that works. What the fuck? And I apologize for mine and his words. I love all of my black mutuals so much, and I would never wish any harm on them, both mentally and physically. All that was an immature, edgy teen and an unoriginal joke talked to me by my mom's ex-boyfriend. I know it's not a justification for my words.
It wasn't a joke. Like, you were like, it's one thing to say. I think it's like very different if you're making like comments that indicate, if you're making like comments online as like a young person that are like an edgy joke, right? You're doing it to be funny or socially accepted. I think that's very different from in a moment of extreme anger, evoking like derogatory comments about someone's race. Okay, that like indicates some genuine like racial prejudice. That's far worse than an edgy joke, just to be clear. Because the intent also, you weren't joking. You were genuinely like seething with anger.
That are effective to the black community, and I apologize again for my immature behavior. I understand now that I shouldn't have wrought the person's race to begin with. Next is the main one people have been telling me to discuss about, so it's time we talk about the grooming and rape allegations. Throughout my life, I've been sexually assaulted and abused as a child by 50-year-old...
Oh my god, who fucking... What does this have to do with anything? We don't care.
priest. Throughout my entire childhood, I had never actually said anything until I was 14 years old because I was assaulted and abused for long periods of time. And I unfortunately gained an addiction to sexual activities and even an addiction to sexualization.
You just you know what I'm thinking. Just read my fucking mind.
In general, I would constantly masturbate, look at porn daily, make not safe for work art of any original characters or me, and I took it as far as to make others uncomfortable with my sexualization. At age 16, I sent an image of me in a swimsuit with a text message, a little gift for you, heart emoji, in a way of sexualizing me and seducing, as this happened a day after a predator asked me for nudes. Little did I know that I would end up sending...
Yo, thank you so much for the 10. Soul Skibbity. Aiden, I'm gonna give you... Okay, I can't read that.
Said swimsuit image to a 14-year-old who was also my best friend at the time. While it wouldn't be considered illegal or pedophilia as we were both under the age of 18 and the Romeo and Juliet laws only consist of having an age gap or any relationship to at least be 3 years between, I should have...
Wait, what? At age 16, I sent an image of me in a swimsuit with a text message, a little gift for you, and a way of sexualizing me and seducing. As this happened a day after Per asked me for nudes. Little did I know, I ended up sending said swimsuit image to a 14-year-old. Wait, what? Wait, we need to go back. So this person, when they were...
AIDS gang represent, okay?
So there's a grooming allegation against them. There's a grooming allegation against this person, which I don't even think is like 16 and 14 is inherently grooming. But this excuse is insane. Okay? There's apparently 4 documents on this person, and I guess we missed the ones where they were alleged to be grooming or whatever. But they sent an image of themselves in a swimsuit to a 14-year-old, and their excuse is they were actually talking to a predator. Or they were trying to talk to a predator that was actually abusing them, making them the victim, but somehow they accidentally sent it to the 14-year-old. It's like, nobody buys this. I was saying all this sexual shit because I was a victim. I sent this to the 14-year-old in an accident while I was being victimized. I said all that racist shit because I was a victim. My mom's ex-boyfriend who said racist shit. Nobody buys this.
After a predator asked me for nudes. Little did I know that I would end up sending said swimsuit image to a 14-year-old who was also my best friend at the time. While it wouldn't be considered illegal or pedophilia as we were both under the age of 18 and the Romeo and Juliet laws only consist of having an age gap or any relationship to at least be 3 years between, I should have asked his age before sending him anything, even saying anything sexual to him, as his age was not in his bio while I was still friends with him. While I know it is no excuse, I understand that I should have asked his age first and that I shouldn't have sent sexual image of myself to random strangers as it
Wait, but I thought you were sending it to the...
would be seen as child pornography. Which I don't want. I would also like to make an announcement that I will be unfriending and unadding all mutuals under the age of 17 once I turn 18 for the sake of everyone's safety, not just my own. I hope you all can support my decision of that once I do it. Again, I apologize to anyone I made uncomfortable with my sexualization and sexual talking in general. Final thing I want to discuss is the accusations of rape, cannibalism, and mass murder / genocide. If you are unaware...
What? Dude, this is... What is wrong? Dude, what is wrong with this person?
Of what I'm referring to, the 14-year-old ended up getting me fired from several roles and framing me as a pedophile or a hazard to children, kind of rightfully so. Because
Thank you, Chris, for the $3. Okay, I can't read that either. Much appreciated.
this, I was burning with anger after losing several projects and immediately crashed out and saying some, not great stuff. Let's say. Examples being, I'm going to kill you with my dad's gun, I'm going to eat your flesh, and I'm going to rape him and piss on his grave. Yeah, not so great stuff. Disgusting even on that last part. Oh, you fucking think? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, man. While I admit that the majority of the things said to me were mostly taught to me by extremely messed up and twisted people that I sadly am around, I know that that is still no excuse to what I said and I cannot change that. Now, before anyone starts calling me a psychopath in the comments, I just want to say that I never actually caused that sort of harm to others, as I have family members who are victims of rape, and that I actually was born from my mother being raped by my biological father, which I think she
Oh my god, why is everything about how you're like a fucking victim somehow, or like there's like some factor that like makes us feel bad for you? Every single, like, if you're gonna try to manipulate, like, this person is like a wannabe manipulator. They want to manipulate, they're just not good at it, right? Every single situation is excused by something bad happening to or around them. Nobody's buying this.
should have aborted me when she had the chance, to be honest with you. I also just really wouldn't have the strength or balls to do it. I'm a pussy. I know that I talk, but I know...
Which I think she should have aborted me when she had the chance. This is such a little fucking manipulative shit, dude. Oh my god.
Never actually do anything, which is actually good that I don't plan on doing any of that kind of stuff. However, I know this does not change my words months ago, and I apologize especially for saying it. And that was disgusting, and in all honesty, just unnecessary of me to say. Like, was that really needed? Looking back at that while writing this, it seemed I was just both stupid and just a childish emo teen. Wow, that's kind of putting it lightly, don't you think? I was just a childish emo teen, and that's why I was saying all of this bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are we doing here? The last page of this doesn't really matter because it's just her saying, oh, I'm going to go get help, and I'm going to go and get some therapy, and I'm planning to take a break from YouTube and that sort of thing. So that part's not really important. What is important is the fact that this document...
No breaks. Like, go. Forever.
Was deleted right after I talked to her. Speaking of me talking to her, I tried to tell her, hey, you need to go out there and you need to face the music of this new document that was just released, and you need to talk about it. And she went on to this long rant about how she shouldn't have to...
Or this is what I said because I was pissed and for a good cause. This is not... This person is not sorry for anything. Now evoking this guy's own anger issues. Like, people say, you have anger issues, you should know how I feel. Okay. I've struggled with anger issues at points, but, like, the things I've said would be were actually indicative of my feelings at the time, and like, it was, like, obviously that's not a good metric, but it's very evident that when you were angry and race was the first thing your mind went to, you very obviously had some sort of racial prejudice. Like, just because you were motivated by anger does not mean, like, you're not, like, racist. I bet you most cases where, like, people have been canceled, celebrities have been, like, caught using the N-word and, like, been canceled for, like, being racist or some shit. A lot of examples, it was probably, they were probably angry at the time. That doesn't mean they didn't mean it. A fire hazard to everyone, if you will. You should know what it feels like to say borderline insane shit all the time when you were pissed, and I never once said a transphobic slur. I don't even remember saying that at all. Not to mention, I only ever say that insane shit towards people I want to go to hell and go through hell, just like the hell they put me through. You literally falsely accused the guy you were saying this to. Yeah, this person is the victim in their own story. This person is the victim in their own story.
Do it, and how she's already talked about it, and I'm just bringing up shit from 6 months ago, and that the majority of the people actually deserved it, and they needed to go to hell, and all this dumb bullshit. So she was, once again, changing the story of why she shouldn't have to go and discuss it with anyone. She even tried doing the suicide bait shit with me, by saying I'd rather be in the hands of Satan, and I'd rather...
Having to apologize or take accountability to somebody like this is honestly, like, terrifying. You notice how reluctant she was after admitting that her accusation was bullshit to making the public apology in that instance? Okay? And now, look how she's avoiding. Look how, like...
AIDS gang represent, okay?
Look how hard she's now trying to avoid. Look how hard she's now trying to avoid, issuing any sort of public statement or apology.
Overdose or whatever the fuck.
Yo, thank you so much, Toki, for the 3. How much for you to show? Oh, okay, I can't read that. Thank you, though.
She was talking about, well, I was trying to tell her, hey, you need to go and discuss it so you can prove all this wrong and try to defend yourself on this, or at least admit to what you did. Speaking of which, I had a long talk with her about this, and I tried to keep telling her, hey, you need to go and get some therapy. You need to go seek professional help. If you want to deal with all of this, you need to get off the internet, you need to try to get some help, and you need to get some therapy, you need to get something, you need to get some help, take medication, you know, stay off the internet for a while. And she just kept on hammering home weird-ass questions that had absolutely nothing to do with what I was talking about. Like, you know, like, how do you know that these people aren't going to be hurt by me leaving and, like, all this weird shit. And I don't know what she was trying to do. And she was, like, thinking that, like, I wasn't trying to help her or some shit. I don't know if she was having a fucking episode. I don't know if she was having some type of fucking dementia episode or something. I don't know if she was having a fucking Winter Soldier moment with the eyes rolling in the back of her head. I have no fucking clue. And it's also weird because she also said that, like, her parents defended her actions or something like that. So I don't know what the fuck the story has come to, because it has changed so many times from her perspective, from saying that people deserved it.
Yeah, she's BPD. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest, folks. Let's just be honest. We know what this is. We know what this is. Okay. I'm not a doctor, but, like, come on, dude. Just come on.
It was because of hormones, and it was because of my mother's ex-boyfriend, and it was because of pedophiles and shit that I turned out this way, and this and that. So the story is all over the fucking place, and it's hard for even me, as somebody as skillful in looking into the backgrounds of people can be, you know, for the most part anyway, to keep up with, because I can't even keep up with this, but it's a whole massive steaming pile of shit. I want you to explain something to me, please. You want, we were just talking about this, you want the drama to be over with. You want people to stop, quote, harassing you, right? That's what you want. So instead of admitting what you've done, you keep on trying to find excuses to not say anything about it. That's what it's coming off to me right now, okay? That's what it's coming off to, and that's what it's sounding like to me. I'm telling you, you need to get some help. If you want to start healing, you need to first admit that there is a problem, so the problem can be resolved. I don't know what you want me to tell you. The only reason—
This person is far worse than Duckbringer. It's not even close to Duckbringer. Let's just be, like, totally honest. This person is far more malicious than Duckbringer is.
AIDS gang represent, okay?
Yo, thank you so much, Toki, for the 3. Once again, I cannot read that. Thank you.
Why I stuck by you was because I wanted to defend you. The reason why I wanted to defend you was because I thought that you had changed. And there was
You didn't have to.
I wanted to. You told me.
Why?
Because you told me, you said to me in a live stream, you said to me that, yes, I do admit, you know, what was going on, I do admit it, and then you were doing stuff 2 months ago that I had no idea about as well. I don't understand. You were doing stuff at the beginning of this year when I first met you, I had no idea about it. You were doing stuff 2 months ago when we first started dating. I'm sorry, 3 months ago.
This has been going on for years. This is nothing new.
Oh, now they're crying?
Why haven't you gotten any help? You keep saying that you want help, and then you don't want help, and then you want help again, and then you don't want help. Which one is it? Do you or do you not want help?
Because my parents think that there's nothing wrong with me. I have to constantly hide, and I have to constantly say that I'm fine. I'm not fine, but I don't want them to know that.
Dude. What? Dude, what? Dude, it's literally that, like, old unfunny meme. Like, they have to ask you how you are, and you have to say you're fine, and you're not doing fine. Dude.
And then you don't want help, and then you want help again, and then you don't want help. Which one is it? Do you or do you not want help?
Because my parents think that there's nothing wrong with me. I have to constantly hide, and I have to constantly say that I'm fine. I'm not fine, but I don't want them to know that. I don't want them to see the pain and the hurt and the
pain
that I have. I don't want them to see
This is such a manipulative piece of shit, dude. What a fucking horrible person. Just, like, what a genuinely horrible human being. This person actually fucking sucks.
They're worried for you.
I don't want them to be worried.
They want to help you, Rihanna. I want to help you. I want other people to help you. We want to help you change, but we can't because you won't admit that there is a problem. You're singing the same song and dance to me right now is that you have said to everybody else that has tried to help you. I want to see you grow. I want to see you change. I want you to change. I want you to admit that there is a problem. And you have admitted to me multiple times that there is a problem, but you don't want to go out and seek help. And you keep saying—
I don't want to worry people.
Then how is the problem going to be solved? Then how is the problem going to be solved? I don't understand that.
I just don't want anybody else close to me getting hurt by me.
Nobody's going to get hurt because of you. You're only hurting yourself.
How do you know that?
Whoa, this guy's sweeping for her. This guy's sweeping so hard.
It's from what I've seen. The evidence, the screenshots, everything.
How do you know that they're not? How do you know that they're not going to get hurt?
All this person has done is hurt other people.
know what could happen. You don't know anything about it.
You're right.
You don't know anything.
I don't know anything about it, but what I do know is that you're not making the situation any better for yourself. You're making it worse for yourself. Every minute that passes currently, you are making it worse for yourself. I am trying very hard here to tell you and explain to you.
Thank you so much for the $3. Another dono I cannot read.
That if you do not get help, if you do not admit your faults, all of it will be fucked for you. Your life, your career, everything. If you admit to everything, yeah, your life and everything will still be fucked, but it won't be as fucked as if you keep on trying to hide from it. You're running from your problems and it's not going to help you. Like, I know that I'm sounding like as if this is some dumb
can't
romance.
Get her to apologize because, like, for her to actually, like, take criticism is actually, like, fucking a knife in the heart. She just can't do it. And then to have to publicly admit she's wrong.
Drama or something along those lines. But it's true. You need to get help before anybody else can help you. I've said this several times throughout this entire conversation. I've seen your document. I've seen what it says. You're trying to, well, people that I know were raped and molested and all of that. That's not an excuse for why you are the way you are.
I never said it was an excuse.
Then why
include it? Then why include it?
That's what the document says. I'm looking right at it with my own eyes.
I quite literally put that there is no justification.
You wait, okay, because you've heard that, because she's heard that statement be used in other people's apologies or whatever, and she knows that that's just like a good thing to include because there's not an apology out of like some sort of genuine feeling of remorse, right? It's because she's getting public backlash, and that's indicated by the total lack of remorse she's shown in private, in people's DMs, when she doesn't think anyone is watching. Okay? She's only included that it's not an excuse. She's added information that is meant to function as a mitigating factor and excuse, but she thinks because she puts like the buzzword that she sees in the buzz term that she sees in other apologies at the end of it, like provides an excuse, but it's not an excuse or justification, that automatically like negates the fact that you were including it to minimize what you had done. I hate this person.
Do it at all. There's no justification to anything I've done.
So then why are you if you say that there's no justification, why do you keep...
And you're right, it is my fault.
BXKS, you were banned. I've just explained that I cannot read the donations. I've made it like abundantly clear. If you're giving me money and you're typing things I cannot state on stream, I'm not gonna read it, okay? I've said this before. Sorry. It's just like, you know that when you give me money. I appreciate the money, but I'm not gonna read, like, why? Why? Because A, TOS, B, optics, C, I don't want to incentivize, like, actually doing that kind of shit. What do you mean, why? If you can't understand why, like, you're genuinely a fucking moron. Yeah, I was about to read your dono, Patrick. I can read that. The fake soul skibbity is better than the real one. So true.
I'm not the first one. I'm not the first one that has told you this, though. That's what I'm trying to say here. I'm not the first one that's told you this. There are many people before.
I'm gonna donate talking about forcefully shoving objects up your rectum. Why aren't you reading it, scammer? Scammer?
Me that have told you this, that I've tried explaining this to you, and for some reason you don't want to listen. You tried to flip it on me by saying, well, I thought you cared about me, Oliver. I do care. I want you to get help. But you continuously denying help is not going to make you better. It's not going to change the situation. It's not going to make you better. I don't know what you want me to say about that. I don't get it with you. Like, people have shown me their personal DMs with you via video share or, screen share or screenshots. I've seen it all. A lot of people have tried to help you. They know that you're a bad person. They know that you're a bad person. But they're trying to help you, just like I'm trying to help you. The only reason I defended you was because that I cared. The only reason that I defended you was because people, I pinned your comments. I did everything because I thought you were taking it seriously. I thought you were trying to, actually admit your faults. Like, hey guys, I did something wrong. But no, you're in the comments calling people broke and constantly defending yourself by saying, because you keep on changing the story as to why you do what you do. First you say it's because of mental health, and then you say it's because of hormones. Now you're saying to me that it's because of some other fucking bullshit reason. You've changed the story so many times. It's so fucked up. I want you to get help, Rihanna. I want you to get help. I want you to see a professional. I want you to admit yourself. It's not going to get better unless you do something about it. And you constantly saying that, like, I don't want to be alive anymore, I don't deserve to be alive, that's just adding fuel to the fire, because all you're proving is just that you can't handle this. You can't admit—
It's purely performative. It's purely manipulative. This person loves themselves.
That when you are wrong, you're falling back on that— I'm sorry to say it, but you are falling back on suicide bait. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's the way that it is.
True. True.
I wasn't suicide baiting when I've been trying to do it for a very long time. Even before—
Dare I say... Because it only comes up in moments where you're facing criticism, where portraying yourself as the victim is like the defense mechanism that you believe will work best for you, and apply it. And also, with the amount of times you've used it, it's like very unlikely that you've actually genuinely tried to do it that many times and haven't been like severely injured or hospitalized or disabled to some extent or actually died. All right, that's not to say that you're not genuinely suicidal just because you don't go through with it or whatever. But when you're like constantly announcing it in moments of criticism, with the amount of times you've used it, it's like very unlikely you've genuinely tried that many times and you're still here talking with us.
This whole thing ever happened.
Better question, why haven't you tried to seek help because of it?
I have been trying. I had to go through 10 years of being SA'd.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my fucking god.
And like whenever I was 14, I finally
Aiden, you didn't read my dono? Where was your dono? Where is your dono? It was on Streamlabs? Your name is not coming up. I don't know which one is you. I literally don't see you on Streamlabs. Oh, wait. I think because I have it set. If it was under $3, I don't think it comes up. Hold on. Can you just tell me what you said and I'll read it?
said something. And then whenever I did, there was an investigation.
No, just tell me what you said. I'll read it. You missed 2. What am I missing? I didn't miss anything. I've looked through every list. I'm not missing anything. If I missed your donut and you donate on stream, I have to fix it. If it's under 3, it doesn't show up. Just tell me what you wrote and I'll fucking read it, okay? I'm not missing anything.
The investigation is still going on, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to take him to court. I don't know if I'm going to have to go to court. I don't know if I'm going to have to defend myself in court. I don't know.
I just got to pause it right here before
No, I'm not talking to Scallywag. I'm talking to this other fucking person that was like, you missed 2 donos. I'm not talking... Scallywag is fine. Scallywag is fine.
Fucking mind. She's telling me that, that she was sexually assaulted by a priest for 10 years, and then she said something about it. So from the age of 4 to 14, she was sexually assaulted, and for 3 years, there's been no new leads, there's been no new discoveries, there's been nothing along those lines in 3 years. If I know anything about the police, even though I fucking hate the police, hashtag fuck the police and all.
Also, I hate to say it, by the way, but like, typically you're like pedophiles or phebophiles or whatever, they have a range of attraction, right? And like, I hate to say 4 and 14 are not, I'm not saying it's impossible for this pedophilic priest to be into this person that entire time. It's abnormal, right? It's abnormal. Like if they're into prepubescence and like super young kids, like toddlers, then they're into that, which is disgusting. And then it's disgusting as well. But they can also be into, young kids, like post-teenager, early teenager or whatever. But like to have those all together consistently and ongoing, it's not abnormal. In terms of paraphilias, that's 2 different paraphilias simultaneously. That most cases of perpetration against children, the perpetrator focuses on an ideal age range. That doesn't make it impossible, but yeah, it is like not the norm. I'm pretty sure we could just like look into statistics. Can happen. I guess it is possible, right?
That because, I don't like the cops. But what I do know is that they're usually more investigative on that type of matter. They usually dig into that fully, balls deep in there. So I don't know where the fuck she's coming up with this. There's been nothing for 3 years. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I've been trying everything.
You need to admit.
I've tried going to a mental hospital twice. I've tried several therapists, and majority of them, they either just moved out, or they just never worked out, or they never cared. I tried talking to my parents, and they just keep defending me. They keep defending my actions. I tried talking to friends.
AIDS gang represent, okay?
I tried taking medication. I tried doing my own hobbies.
Scallywag, can you please not... Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, Scallywag, with the 5.
I can't listen. I wanted to defend you. I really did, but I can't. I don't know what you want me to say to you. You're telling me that you've taken medication, you've tried to go to a mental hospital, you've tried to talk to your parents about it, you've tried to go to the police about this, about everything, and you're saying that nothing's working. So I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm telling you.
Can you read? Okay, I'll read it. Can you not read this dono message? Thank you, Scallywag, for the 5. Chris said, unban BXKS. That was me, not him. Those were all me. I know that was all you. I'm aware that was all you. I was aware that wasn't him. He was just being super annoying about it. Why can't you read it? Why can't you every 2 seconds, like, to troll? It's, like, fucking annoying. We get it.
Exactly, and what I know, that everybody else has been telling you the exact same thing that I am telling you right now. I do not know what you want me to say or do for you. If I stay in contact with you, that's gonna look bad on me. If I don't stay in contact with you, that's gonna also be bad for me because then that makes me feel like I failed, that you didn't want to go and get help. You didn't want to see a professional.
Represent,
I
okay?
genuinely don't know what you want me to tell you right now. I've never been, in my nearly 2 years of being on YouTube, in my years of going to school, in my years of dealing with family issues and all of that, I have never ever been, I can't even think of the right words to describe it, honestly. I have never been so confuddled, confused, bewildered, exasperated.
Okay, come on, dude. I've never been so befuddled.
I do not know what you want me to say to you. Taking a break from the internet, it'll only help slightly, but what's that going to change? All you're doing, when you come back, people are just gonna keep doing the same stuff to you again. And people are gonna continue to say, oh, that's Rihanna, she's the pedophile, she's the necrophile, she's this and she's that.
Dude, Rihanna really fell off, dude.
So going and getting help and admitting your fault would be the right thing to do, don't you think?
Why do you care?
Oh my god.
Why do you care about anything that happens to me?
Because I'm trying to help you.
Oh my...
Is that the only reason why?
What other reason would I possibly have?
Okay.
What, no. Tell me what other reason would I possibly have for not trying to help you? Other than trying to help you, what other reason would I possibly have? What other motive would I possibly have? Please, enlighten me. Please, blow me away, surprise me.
Let her answer!
I don't know, maybe because I thought that you actually loved me and that you still did, even though I'm just a messed up person?
I thought you had changed.
What?
I
want to help you. Is that really the reason? No. And it's like, okay, well, what's the real reason? Because I thought you had loved... What?
did. I thought that you had changed. And you told me that you had apologized to people about it. But I'm hearing from many people that the apology was half-baked and it sounded terrible and all this and that. But, this was a year ago or however long ago it was. And the person that even made the document on you and people that are making videos about you, they are willing to talk to you. Do you not feel like that means anything? I did love you. I did. I absolutely did. And I did care about you. But I cannot love and care about you if you cannot get help. I want to see you change. I want to see you grow up.
I'll be actually preparing a debate with her for next week. Right, there's actually going to be a cool debate thumbnail. It's going to be called Aiden versus... That's actually how all my debate uploads are going to be titled. Aiden versus. It's going to be called Aiden versus Minor. It's going to be like my face on one side and like a JPEG of a baby on the other, like facing down like a wrestling promo or a fucking boxing promo.
I want to see you become a better person. Not just for everybody else, but for yourself. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm telling you the exact same thing that people have been telling you for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years maybe? I'm sounding like a broken record while talking to you, but I genuinely don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to have you seek professional help, and you're trying to deny it right now. You don't want it, but how is that going to make the problem?
Question marks. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke.
Better. How is that going to fix anything? How? Explain that to me, please.
What's going on? I'm the guy that's in chat that never knows what's going on, and I'd personally like to know what's going on.
How? I do not like being...
Maybe figure it out for once.
With you. But if there is no other way for you to understand the pain and suffering that you were going through and the pain and suffering that you have caused, I do not know what you want me to tell you and how you want me to be. I don't. I simply don't. I think you can tell that even I was struggling to keep it together because I was trying so hard not to go off on her and start going on a tirade of how much of a fucking moron she was. After another 10-something minutes of us going back and forth,
there's at least maybe one person in my chat that's actually like a nursing home resident with dementia. That's just always confused, and I'm berating this person. And now I'd feel bad if that were the case.
She said, all right, I'll go and get therapy, whatever. And she said that she was gonna take a break from the internet, and I said, okay, and we went our separate ways. I checked back on her channel, and she left this community post with the document, like the newer one that was made.
Oh my god. Thinking cute, their apology for like telling a black guy to go making like 2 like false or exaggerated allegations, not taking like any like responsibility, just like lying out of their ass constantly, and telling a black guy to go back to Africa and pick cotton is oops. And this little like, what is this?
And she said, yep, all of it is true, and I plan to take a break from the internet. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, hey, she's actually handling it like a mature adult. She's actually
she's handling it like a mature adult. What about the inclusion of this JPEG and hashtag OC, hashtag original character, hashtag persona, hashtag furry, hashtag art, hashtag original art indicates that this person is handling this like a mature adult.
Changing and shit. I was so fucking naive to that fact that it makes me sick thinking back on it. Shortly after her community post was set up, my friend DM'd me a screenshot of a conversation between him and Rihanna, and she said that something along the lines of that I was only planning to ever use her for sex, and that I was planning to, comfort her.
Yeah, she can't, like, understand that the idea of, like, rejection her is like a knife in the heart, and she can't understand the idea that, like, people are cutting her off because she's just a horrible human being.
and all this shit, but it was most likely me trying to comfort her. Where in the flying fuck did you manage to get the idea that I was planning to use you for sex? Ever. Where the fuck did you get that fucking sentiment? Ever. You fucking moron bitch. I will admit that me and her, we were very sexual towards
each
other, but it was nothing to the extreme of like sending nudes or anything like that. It was just dirty talk and sexual tension and all that dumb bullshit. Like,
so he doesn't even actually know what she looks like.
That was it. Like flirtatious words and this and that. It was nothing over the extreme of like nudes or sending dirty pictures and shit of each other to each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was nothing like that. Plus, I had always comforted her after every stream. I would always talk to her ever so kindly after every stream, during the stream and whatever. And if you were to go back and watch my previous streams, whenever she was in one of them, you could always see that she was being very, very suggestive and flirtatious. Even while I personally, while I was okay with it, I didn't think it was okay for people, you know, to see that shit on display publicly, if that makes sense. And as she said in the Google Doc that I showed you earlier, that was deleted by her, she said that she was hypersexual to begin with. How the fuck are you going to try to blame me for something that you wanted and something that you insinuated? How the fuck do you come to that point? And it doesn't help that I believe that she's spreading bullshit about me as well, because there was this comment, sorry about your boyfriend breaking up with you, I'd be better than him, no cap. And I responded with, really? Like, I don't know if she's like shit talking me behind the scenes or what. I don't know what she's doing, but she's not changing. She's not going to change. She's not planning on changing. She fucked it up for me because I really, really thought that I had gotten through to her. But
wait, hold on. What?
Google Doc that I showed you earlier that was deleted by her, she said that she was hypersexual to begin with. How the fuck are you going to try to blame me for something that you wanted and something that you insinuated? How the fuck do you come to that point? And it doesn't help that I believe that she's spreading bullshit about me as well, because there was this comment, sorry about your boyfriend breaking up with you, I'd be better than him, no cap. And I responded with, really? Like, I don't know if she's like shit talking me behind the scenes or what. I don't know what she's doing, but she's not changing. She's not going to change. She's not planning on changing. She fucked it up for me because I really, really thought that I had gotten through to her. But no, she just proved everybody else and everything that everyone else has been saying the past, I don't know, 2-3 years correct. I am so sorry to everyone that has had to deal with her. I am so sorry that I even tried to fathom the chance of trying to defend her. I am so sorry for that, because now I realize how much of a fucking moron I was for trying to do that. Because if this is how she acts on the regular, I am scared to know what the fuck she acts like in real life and not on the internet. What a fucking moron. Get the flying fuck out of here. I don't know, guys. My mind is just fucking broken right now. My mind is just spiraling. I'm like looking at this and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, it's just like, what the flying fuck, you know? But that's where I'm gonna leave this off. She just proved everybody right. She's not gonna change. She's never gonna change. She's not seeking professional help at all, because she's still in the comments of her fucking community post and it's like talking about tea parties or some fucking fag ass shit. I don't fucking know. But she is not gonna change. She's not planning on changing, and she's a fucking moron. Wish her the best, but you're a fucking moron and I fucking hate you, but whatever. Like I said at the beginning of the video, all the documents in chronological order, I believe, will be linked down in the description below so you guys can check it out for yourself. But that's where I'm gonna end this video. I'm tired of dealing with this bullshit subject with her. Fuck her life, fuck everything about her. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Sayonara.
Okay. I must say, this is like the craziest thing I think to ever result from a single stream donation ever. Okay, this all started because of a lone stream donation to some random fucking guy that's like streaming himself signing autographs. And now we're here, I guess. Now we're here. Like, what is there to say? I mean, this is not the last we're gonna hear about this person. This is a lolcow in the making. If they're not already one. This person is insanely manipulative. They can't understand what they did wrong. They just want the public backlash to end. So they say what they think will cause the backlash itself to subside. Now, as I've thought about it a little bit, what creates a person like this, it actually probably is very possible they were a victim of abuse, okay? It is very possible that that's the case. It's also possible that it's not, and they just are like this. Honestly, it's going to depend. But regardless of whether or not they're a victim of abuse, that doesn't really excuse, like, actually anything. Alright. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's stream, guys. We actually had way more content than I thought we were going to have. Thank you. You helped us hit Streamly goal, which is, like, super fucking awesome. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, I might be seeing you guys tomorrow, I think, or I might take it off tomorrow. I don't know yet. But regardless, I will be live again in the next 2 days, either tomorrow or the day after. We'll have to see. Another 4-minute stream. It's been almost 4 hours. I said if I'm gonna be going live on like weekdays, it's probably only gonna be 2 to 3 hours. We're almost at 4. Wow, Aiden, wow. Okay, this is ridiculous. I don't have to take this from you.